Lake has been a member of the marching band for 6 years and a section leader for 2 years. She's being escorted by her mom, Luana Burke. After high school, Lake Nathan Costa. Nathan is a 6-year member of the marching band. He's being escorted by his parents, Angela Tripoli and John Costa. Nathan plans to attend college and to pursue his love for soccer and band. He would like to thank his parents and siblings for their support over the years. Seth Osborne Churchill. Seth is a 6-year member of the marching band. He is also a section leader and drum major. Seth is being escorted by his mom, Misty, dad, Robert, and step-parents, Justin and Beth. Seth plans to join the Army and become an airborne ranger, later attending college to become an aerospace engineer. Seth would like to thank his family for always being there and the band for being his second family. Asher Kennedy. Asher is a 6-year member of the marching band, including 2 years as a section leader. He's being escorted by his parents, Travis and Marie Kennedy. His future plans are to attend Shawnee State for his bachelor's in game design. He would like to thank his parents and sisters for their continued support. Emma Parsison. Emma is a clarinet section leader in the band, along with being the OSA vice president. Emma is being escorted by her parents, Mark and Jenny, and her grandmother, Gloria. Emma plans to attend college after high school with a major in business. She wishes to thank her dad, mom, and grandma, along with her family and friends for their support along the way. Marco Pedraza. Marco is a 5-year member of the marching band and a section leader. He's being escorted by his mother, Christina Pedraza. Marco plans to attend college to study engineering. Marco wants to thank his family, friends, and sister for all their support. Haley Placas. Haley is a 5-year marching band member. She's being escorted by her parents, Stephanie and George, her uncle Earl, her cousins, and family friend Maggie. She plans to attend college for music and film. She would like to thank Mr. Detmar for making band fun, Miss Lees for being there when she needed someone, and to future students, just believe in yourself. Even a smidge makes all the difference. Caitlin Shemansky. Caitlin is a member of the marching band. She is being escorted by her father, Shane, and sister, Ashley. Her future plans are to attend the University of Vermont to become a forensic psychologist. She would like to thank her mom for always being her biggest supporter. She would also like to thank her family and friends for being there and supporting her dreams. Leo Speakman. Leo is a member of the marching band and is the color guard captain. She is being escorted by her parents, Cheryl and David. After high school, Leo plans to study childhood education with hopes of becoming an elementary school teacher. Leo would like to thank her parents for always pushing her to be her best. Thank you to Cody Lunder for being an amazing coach, and finally Miss Lease for always being a good listener. Cooper and Grant Thompson. Cooper and Grant are both 5-year members of the marching band. They are being escorted by their parents, Deanne and Jeff Thompson. Cooper plans to attend college to study music. Grant plans to attend MVNU to major in engineering. They both would like to thank their family and friends for supporting them. Michael Wallace. Michael is a member of the marching band, jazz band, bowling team, and track team. Last year, he received first team KMAC for bowling, along with qualifying for districts the past 2 seasons. Michael is being escorted by his parents, Casey and Donald, along with his brother, Logan. Michael plans to attend Bowling Green to major in music education. Mom and Dad, you have taught me how to chase my dreams. You both push me to grow. If I didn't have you both carving persistence into my brain, I wouldn't be standing here with all my accomplishments. Thank you both. Jared White. Jared is a member of the marching band. He is being escorted tonight by his parents, Scott and Christina White. After high school, Jared plans to continue his education in aircraft mechanics. He would like to thank his family and friends for always believing in him. Allie Wilhelm. Allie is a 4-year member of the marching band. She's being escorted by her parents, Laura and Joshua, along with her brother, Ben. Allie plans to attend college to obtain a degree in communications with a minor in business. She would like to thank all the Centerburg teachers, especially Mr. Detmar and Miss Gross, along with her parents and siblings for all their support. Levi Wolford. Levi is a member of the marching band. He's being escorted by his parents, Dan and Kim, along with siblings, Caroline, Isabel, and Gracie. After college, Levi plans to join the workforce. Levi would like to thank Mr. Detmar for teaching us resiliency to get through hard times. Also to his sisters for teaching me how to have sibling love, and to my parents for developing my faith in Jesus. Up now is cheerleading. First up is Emma Belcher. Emma is a 4-year member of the varsity cheer squad, receiving All-American in 2023 and is currently the team captain. Emma is being escorted by her mother, Chantel Smith, and her grandparents, Don and Joyce Smith. Emma plans to attend Grace College to attain her bachelor's degree in sonography and continue her cheer career. Emma would like to thank her mom and Sean for always being there, her grandparents for always cheering her on, and to Christy for being the best coach I could ever ask for, and all the support she has given me. Also, thanks to her friends and teammates for the love and support over the years. Ella Graves. Ella is a 4-year varsity cheerleader. She's being escorted by her mother, Amethyst, brother, Christian, dad, Will, and stepmom, Lindsay. Ella plans to attend nursing school with hope of becoming an ER registered nurse. She would like to thank her family and friends for standing behind her and pushing her to do her best to achieve her goals. Ariana McKee. Ariana is a 3-year varsity cheerleader. She is being escorted by her parents, Josh and Beth McKee, along with her siblings, Aurora, Whitaker, and Briley. After high school, Ariana plans on applying for airline training with hopes of becoming a flight attendant. She would like to thank her parents for always listening and supporting her and being there for all her goals and accomplishments. Thank you to Coach Christie for pushing me to not only be a better athlete, but a better person as well. Thank you to friends and family for the good memories and encouragement. Lexi Moore. Lexi is a 2-year varsity member for cheer and a 3-year varsity member for softball. She's being escorted by her parents, Stephanie and Jimmy Moore. While her future plans are undecided, she would like to thank her mom and dad for all their support over the years. Also, Coach Christie for always pushing us to do our best. Your dedication and time is much appreciated. Gracie Neighborgall. Gracie is a first-year varsity member of the cheerleading squad. She's being escorted by her parents, Kristen and Jason, along with her sister, Ella. After high school, Grace plans to attend college to earn a bachelor's degree in business and marketing. She would like to thank her parents, friends, family, and Coach Christie for always supporting her and making this an unforgettable season. Kristen O'Neill. Kristen is a 3-year varsity member of the cheerleading team, along with being co-captain this year. She's being escorted by her parents, Sarah and Wayne O'Neill. Kristen's future plans are to attend Columbus State to pursue a degree in nursing. Her plans are to work as a med-flight ER nurse. Kristen would like to thank her family and friends and Coach Christie for all their support over the years. Riley Vermillion. Riley is a 2nd-year member of the cheer squad. She was also a member of the marching band for 3 years. She is being escorted by her parents, Paige and Andres, along with her little brother, Riot. After high school, Riley plans to attend college to obtain an associate's degree in nursing and to become a labor and delivery nurse. She would like to thank her mom for always being her biggest inspiration. Her strength, love, and belief in me have shaped who I am. Following in her footsteps is the greatest honor, and I hope every step makes her proud. Everything I am is because of her. Last but not least, football team. First off is Blane Ball. Blane is a 3-year letterman in football and basketball and a 4-year letter in track. He's being escorted by his parents, Ron and Michelle Ball, along with his sister, Brianna. Blane's future plans are to major in education with a minor in coaching and to continue his athletic career in football. He would like to thank all his family for being here tonight. Their support and encouragement means a lot to him. Hagen Bryant. Hagen is a 3-year letterman for football. He's being escorted by his parents, Joanna and Phil Bryant. His future plans include going to college to major in ecology and conservation. He would like to thank his family, friends, and coaches for all their support. Sean Carter. Sean is a member of the football team. His best memory was being a KMAC champion his freshman year. He's being escorted by his parents, Tom and Dawn. After high school, Sean plans to attend college with hopes of continuing his education in the medical field with goals of becoming an anesthesiologist. Sean would like to thank all his family, friends, and coaches for always being there for him. Drake Dunno. Drake is a member of the football team and is being escorted tonight by his parents Kelsey and Brian, along with his stepmother Samantha and his brother Blaze and sister Micaiah. After high school, Drake plans to continue his education in the field of welding. He would like to thank his family and coaches for making him the man he is today. Cole Evans. Cole is a 3-year letterman in football and is currently a team captain. He's being escorted by his mom, Brittany, stepdad, Adam, and sister, Aria. Cole plans to have a career in welding and train to become a fire medic. Cole would like to thank all his family and friends, especially his mom, for always bringing her cowbell, and to his coaches for always believing in him. Aiden Gray. Aiden is a 3-year letterman in football. He is being escorted by his parents, Aaron and Nikki Gray, along with his sister, Logan. After high school, Cole wants to continue his career in HVAC at Spear Mechanical. He would like to thank his mom and dad for teaching him so much and for always being there. He would also like to thank his sister for always being there to cheer him on, and to his coaches for always going above and beyond what is expected. Tommy Haas. Tommy is a 4-year letterman in football. He is being escorted by his parents, Tom and Cassie Haas. After high school, Tommy plans to attend college to major in business. Tommy would like to thank his parents, family, coaches, friends, and teammates for all their support. Lane Johnston. Lane is a 3-year letterman on the football team. His accomplishments include first team all-conference and special mention all-district. He is being escorted by his parents, Jay and Tracy, along with his siblings, Case and Milani. Thank you, God, for giving me the opportunities you have given me. Also, thanks to my family and friends for the support over the years. Lastly, thanks to my coaches and teammates for making this an unforgettable experience. Go Trojans! Hayden Love. Hayden is a 3-year letterman on football. He is being escorted by his parents, Drew and Jennifer Love. After high school, Hayden's future plans are to attend college to major in criminology and continue his athletic career in football. Skylar Merklin. Skylar is a member of the football team and track team. He is being escorted by his parents, Matt and Jennifer, along with his siblings, Brianna, Evan, and Heath. After high school, Skylar plans to work with his brother's construction business and parents' fabrication business. He would like to thank his family for their love and support, as well as his grandparents and aunts for always watching my games and cheering me on. Jaden Pagani. Jaden is a member of the football team and is being escorted by his mom, Emily, stepdad, Billy, his little brother, Maverick, as well as his father, Rick, and stepmom, Katie. After high school, Jaden plans to join the workforce as an auto body mechanic. Jaden would like to thank Coach Colella for always expecting our best and giving us the tools to do so. Also to his parents for always providing for him even when times were tough. And last but not least, Evan Tudor. Evan is a member of the football team. He is being escorted by his parents, Adam and Stephanie Tudor, along with his sister, Rebecca. Evan's future plans are to become a natural resource officer. He would like to thank his family and friends for keeping him motivated, even on his bad days, and for always trying to make him smile. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's senior recognition. We thank you for coming out, for your attention. and for supporting these kids. Go Trojans!
The Centerburg Trojans have shown little to no signs of weakness through 4 weeks of KMAC play, and tonight they're looking to add to that resume to a 5-0 record to start things in the league. But the Danville Blue Devils storm in to the heart of Ohio looking to play spoilers on senior night. Here live and free on the OH Report. It's Danville, it's Centerburg, right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
It is time now for your pregame show presented by Webb's Marathon and Automotive, live and free right here on the OH Report. My name is Jonathon Langdon. Alongside me is Payton Colopy. We are ready to break down what could very well be the KMAC game of the week, but these Blue Devils, it's going to depend on them coming to play here against a team that just blew out, and I mean blew out, a team that was recently unbeaten last week in Mount Gilead.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot last week about the kind of lopsided game that Centerburg had here with Mount Gilead. Definitely not one that we expected out of Mount Gilead. But like I said last week, at the end of the game there for Danville, this is going to be their toughest challenge yet this year. This really is going to show the entire conference really what they're really made of. Kind of show if they're ready and able to actually compete for a conference title this year.
Showing you the KMAC standings on your screen right now. Mount Gilead gets bumped down. These Centerburg Trojans sit now in first with a 6-1 record. 3 teams sitting with that same record in Fredericktown, Mount Gilead, and Centerburg. Should be a fun end of the season here, but we could see Danville shake things up here tonight.
Yeah, like we talked again last week, Danville definitely has the opportunity to keep their name in the race for a conference title, but they're going to need a little help from a couple teams losing. They're definitely going to need to win tonight in order to keep their name in that race.
We'll take a quick step aside for the national anthem.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
And we return for your Webb's Marathon and Automotive pregame show here from the heart of Ohio. Centerburg taking on Danville tonight. Trojans sit 6-1 on the year. Danville sits 4-3. Blue Devils riding on a 2-game win streak. And the Trojans coming off of a convincing 46-0 win over Mount Gilead. Let's take a look across the KMAC tonight. 2 games live and free on the OH Report. Of course, you are watching the first one here between the Blue Devils and the Trojans. Northmore elsewhere taking on Mount Gilead, and a really nice battle between Morrow County foes.
Yeah, the Northmore Mount Gilead game is one that I've been kind of excited about. They always seem to have a good rivalry with one another. Mount Gilead obviously getting handed a pretty severe loss last week. They're going to be looking to bounce back and kind of get their name back at the top of the list that people are talking about. Northmore is definitely going to be looking to hand Mount Gilead their second loss for the season. Northmore, again, another one of those teams that's really still in the race for a conference title.
Yeah, a very wide open KMAC, very much still here today. But a team spotlight to start things for the Danville Blue Devils. We got to see them last week, Peyton, as they took down Cardington. They recorded just under 400 yards of offense. If they were able to get to that 400 mark, which I believe they were 3 yards short of, it would have been back-to-back weeks they would have hit that milestone.
Yeah, Coach Bloom and company's definitely got the ball rolling with the offensive unit there for Danville. Having Briggs Wallace back in the lineup to help with taking kind of some of the heat off of his older brother Cy definitely helps them out a lot. I'm looking for them to utilize Briggs again this week, just like they did last week. He was a huge proponent to their win last week, along with the freshman Carson Burper, who's kind of taken over the play calling for Danville.
Speaking of a couple players for the Danville Blue Devils, I think one of them, of course, is the freshman Parker Proper, who we'll talk about later on in the broadcast. But Briggs Wallace coming back from injury. Great game last week after missing 3 weeks, basically, where he went out in the first drive against Mount Gilead. Now through 4 games, he's their leading target, 11 catches, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's definitely some high numbers coming off. Having those 3 weeks off, even as a freshman, he's still young. He's able to kind of bounce back a little easier than even what some of these senior guys are able to. But still, bouncing back the way he has is impressive for anybody at any level.
So Briggs Wallace, the freshman, will wear number 5 today in white, as Centerburg is the team we're going to talk about next here. The Trojans coming into today look darn near unstoppable, and we're going to figure out if that is truly the case here tonight. Andy Colella has them playing fantastic football. They jumped 6 spots in the Joe Idle tournament playoff rankings. They jumped from 8th to 6th after that win you see there against Mount Gilead.
Yeah, Centerburg definitely right now on the hunt for a home playoff game. Not just the first week of the playoffs, but looking for a second one, possibly a bye with the OHSAA going back to the 12-team playoff. The 4 top seeds in each region are going to get a bye week 1 of the playoffs. So that means the bottom 8 seeds are going to play week 1 and then meet with the top 4 seeds in week 2. Centerburg is definitely looking to get that bye, give their guys a little extra rest.
And I'm very glad you brought that up, because we do have on our screen what looks to be the playoff bracket as it sits right now. This is definitely going to change before the end of the season, but if you ended it now, Centerburg sits at the number 2 seed. They would await the winner of Toronto and Martins Ferry, but those first 2 games are going to be at home, and that's huge if you're Centerburg.
Yeah, again, every team's looking to have that first week bye, because the 10-week season for these boys, it is tough, it is challenging, especially playing in a conference like the KMAC that's wide open every single year, and a champion doesn't really get decided until really week 9 or week 10. It's very rare. It's even week 8 that you have a championship kind of decided for the conference. So Centerburg already in the hunt for that first round bye. They're going to hopefully continue that success they've had this year tonight to ensure that they get those boys a little extra rest.
The 12-team playoff in each region, it just feels like I'm breaking down college football right now, because you look at the first 2 out, that one name you may notice is Northmore. They've looked fantastic this year, but they are in a really tough region where the Crestview Cougars, another team that we have seen, fall just in as it sits right now. So just wanted to show you that. We'll show Danville's playoff picture later on in the broadcast, but let's go ahead and jump back to the Trojans here. Their player spotlight today is a star in Blane Ball that I definitely have in favor to potentially win some hardware at the end of the year as KMAC Player of the Year. He's just so good passing and running the football.
Yeah, Blane Ball, he's I don't want to say he's kind of come out of the woodworks this year, but he's definitely made more of a name for himself this year than he has in past years. Running the ball, he's skilled, he's agile, he's fast, and he's making people respect his ability running the ball as well as throwing. He's got several big passes this year, big touchdown passes this year, and he's definitely making teams really work for every bit that they get.
Take it back out to the field. Clashing banners here. Centerburg on their senior night still waiting their go to make their way out to the field. You see them breaking through here. As we sit for a little bit, want to thank our sponsors tonight, bringing you this live and free coverage. Thank you to the AmVets Post 59 here in Centerburg, who honor their veterans, celebrate their community, cheer on the Trojans, and welcome everyone out to come enjoy great food and drinks at the club. Speaking of food and drinks, you can get some free ones over at Webb's Marathon and Automotive. Stop by Webb's to join the Webb's Rewards program, where you can earn dollars off fuel and free drinks and coffee. Their final message to you: go Trojans. Thanks also to Knox Public Health. They'll bring you your MVP tonight. As here come those Centerburg Trojans, 6-1 on the year, a perfect 4-0 in the KMAC so far on the season. And they face a tough Danville opposition that shut them out last year. you can just tell that there's a little extra chip on the shoulder of these Centerburg Trojans.
Yeah, being shut out at any point is definitely, it's tough. These boys definitely got some animosity built up for Danville. They've been waiting for this game. I would almost bet they had it circled on their calendar looking for a little bit of revenge.
And here come those Danville Blue Devils as well on the far side of the field. To finish out our sponsors, Knox Public Health, thanks to them. Monarch Title Services. If you're selling or refinancing your real estate, you get to choose the title company. Why not support those who support the Trojans and close with confidence anytime, anywhere at Monarch Title Services? Shout out also to our first down sponsor, Knox Community Hospital, in the community for the community. And sticking with Knox Community Hospital, their Centerburg Health and Wellness Center also sponsoring tonight's coverage, offering specialty services like family medicine, urology, general surgery, weight and pain management, and pediatrics. And then finally, thanks to the Killbuck Savings Bank and Rural First, some commercials you will see during this broadcast tonight. Danville, they're just as hyped as Centerburg because there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder too, because a lot of teams, when they get to that second loss, they get counted out. There's some adversity that comes along with that. These Blue Devils are looking to turn it into fire that could potentially beat these Trojans.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling a little bit of pressure from kind of the surrounding area, especially with Knox County being such a close-knit community throughout the entire county. Having those two losses, it definitely adds a little extra spark under the boys. So far, they've been able to utilize that the last 2 weeks, picking up 2 big wins. We're going to see if they're able to continue that tonight with this tough Centerburg team and see if they're able to kind of knock off the Trojans that are really sitting right at the top of the conference.
So the Centerburg Trojans will kick off to Danville to start tonight's proceedings, as both teams will make their way out to the field. Looking at West Payne, number 2 in white. He's hyped, jumping around. Return men will be the Wallace brothers, Siren near side and Briggs far side. A couple jersey number notes. Siren Wallace had a rip on his number 12 jersey. He will wear number 0 today. And then number 81 for tonight, Justice Tharp, the tight end for the Centerburg team. He will have a number change too from his regular number 85. So Peyton, as we jump into this game, we will see number 17, Brian Fravel, kick things off for the Trojans. Takes us 10 yards back. 2 returners for Danville. Here we go. KMAC in week number 8 is underway. It's a little squib kick that bounces over Ridgeway. Does an over-the-shoulder catch to secure it at the 36-yard line, where Danville will start their first drive of the night.
Yeah, that it essentially is an onside kick to start the game. We saw it twice last week with Danville and Cardington both attempting that, and then again here tonight with Centerburg. Centerburg, a freshman kicker, but he seems to be doing just fine kicking the ball downfield. It's a wonder what this trend is with the onside kicks at the beginning of the game.
So the freshman, Parker Proper, will bring his team out to the field. He's got the play call. Looks like we're waiting on a couple things with the officials here as we get things started. But the Blue Devils will start on the near side hash at the 36-yard line. Putting a little spotlight here as we wait on this delay on Parker Proper. We did some digging this morning. He is the first freshman since 1983 to start for these Danville Blue Devils at quarterback.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier today. I actually had to text Coach Ed Hannebarger, who kind of the Danville football historian of past years. I had to text him for a little bit of help. He did some digging for us and couldn't find anything in the 2000s and into the 90s. Only thing he could find was Eric Ridgeway in 1983, starting as a freshman, and this is the first season that's ever happened in Danville since then.
So the line to gain here to start tonight for Danville is the 46-yard line in Blue Devil territory. Man in motion, Carson Proper to the far side. We'll see the snap from Austin Adair. It's a handoff to start things tonight for Cy Wallace. He'll get tugged down for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that right there, the announcer at the beginning of the game mentioned this being a friendly rivalry, and it always is with Centerburg and Danville. You can already see the aggression up front from both offense and defensive line. Both teams are fired up. Both teams are ready to go. Nerves are going to start settling down a little bit now that they got the first play out of the way. But Danville already a 2-yard gain on a pretty hard run from Wallace.
Carter Roadbeck, the linebacker, looking on that near side to potentially blitz here. So you see another man in motion for Danville. It'll be a run to the right near side here, and Wallace is blown up by that Danville defensive line. That's going to be huge tonight in who wins this game.
Yeah, you saw it right before the play started. The Centerburg middle linebacker kind of making some adjustments with his defensive line. Definitely helped out right there as we got a player down on the field.
Yeah, Aiden Mickley is hobbling, and then he falls to the ground. We'll see if everything's okay with him. Centerburg huddled up. Defensive coordinator liking where they're at so far, as we'll see a 3rd down and 7. Once this injury is taken care of, hope everything's all right with Aiden Mickley.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. I know he was a part of that play, kind of mixed up in the pile. Didn't quite see what happened. Maybe he got hit. A little weird, but hopefully he's okay. He's definitely somebody that Danville's going to want to get back into the game if he's able to come back.
Anyone who watched our broadcast last week heard me say that Coach Bloom was excited the most about Aiden Mickley, and he's loved the strides he's taken in practice. This is definitely a tough one to see this early on if you are a Blue Devils fan. So as they take care of Mickley here for a little bit, let's go ahead and take a look at the KMAC passing leaders, because the adversaries in the Devil Dog game for Danville are throwing the football, and they're throwing it a lot. Jax Lester, 1,300 passing yards, but you do see Parker Proper on the bottom of that screen. Just 2 starts under his belt, he's already creeping into the top 5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jax Lester is one of those quarterbacks kind of always in the mix of the top quarterbacks in the conference, but just 2 starts for Parker Proper, and he's already 5th in passing in the conference. It's definitely a crazy stat to see with just 2 games under his belt. Coach Bloom's definitely excited with what they've got figured out there in the backfield.
As we are back to play, 3rd down and 7, ball in the 39 of the Blue Devils. In the shotgun goes Proper. Bunch set here with 4 receivers. Proper, quick throw, looking for Wallace, finds him in stride. Wallace jukes out the first man and bounces off of Bollinger out of bounds around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I kind of thought there that the pass might have been just a little too far in front of Cy. The ball came out, and he kind of had to speed up a little bit to catch that. Once he got the ball in his hand, that extra speed boost definitely helped him out, able to juke out the first defender, and then actually dove. Looked like he was trying to dive for the first down, didn't realize he was already 5 yards past it.
Yeah, that was Braden Nelson getting put on skates there with the first move from Wallace in open field. 1st down and 10, reset those chains at the 46 of Centerburg. Proper fake give to Wallace. It'll be Parker who spills the football, and it's landed on by Centerburg. So the freshman making an early mistake here in this contest, and the Trojans capitalize.
Something we saw quite a bit last week. Danville putting 2 fumbles on the ground last week, and again already another one tonight. Just a youngster's mistake. He's running up the middle, only got 1 hand on the ball. They try to preach and practice a lot, having 2 hands on the ball until you're out in the open field. It's something he's going to figure out as the years go on.
So Blane ball now in the shotgun as Centerburg's offense quickly makes their way out to the field. We'll see what they can do. They exploded for 32 points in the first quarter against Mount Gilead last week as they give it to Miles Marshall, who follows a convoy of blockers. There is a flag in the backfield, but a decent gain to start for this rushing offense.
It was a good run there. It just looked like a quick jet sweep out to the left. Danville finally able to catch up with him, bring him down. But the refs got a holding. It looked like right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to take him back 10 yards.
So not the start that you wanted if you are Centerburg, of course. Spotlight Blane Ball here so far this season, and the game that he had last week against Mount Gilead, 159 pass yards, 118 rush yards. His second game this year where he's gone over 100 in both categories. He'll move Bollinger in motion to the far side of that offensive line. He'll look quickly for Marshall. It's a quick completion, and he'll take it the rest of the way back to the original line of scrimmage where he's knocked out of bounds First contact from Carson Proper.
Yeah, that kind of looked like that same pass play that you saw from Proper to Wallace to get their first down. Essentially all it is just a catch and throw for the quarterback. As soon as he gets his hands on the ball, he's looking to the right, looking to get rid of it, let his athletes get out in space and get some good yards. And he got just about to the original line of scrimmage. It looks like he was just a yard short, so it'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Back to the sidecar right goes Marshall for Blane. Bollinger moves again back to the offensive line. They will go his way. Miles Marshall already a catch. And here's another run as he bounces off a tackler close to that first down marker. It'll be about 2 yards short.
Yeah, it looks like we had Wesley Payne there making the tackle. Looked like he could have had him like 2 or 3 yards back. Didn't quite get a hold of his jersey. So they were able to power through for a couple extra yards to bring up, looks like 3rd and 2.
Staying in the shotgun here. That's a concern for Danville. Over 250 rushing yards have been given up to 3 of Danville's first 4 KMAC opponents, as Blane Ball is going to try to put it on the deck. Right at midfield, it looks like the officials mark him a yard short.
Ball on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like just a draw play. The quarterback pulls up the ball like he's going to throw, ends up tucking it almost immediately to try to draw the defensive line just off balance a little bit, just enough to get him the extra yards, and wasn't quite successful on that one.
And an early gut check from Coach Colella. He's going for it on 4th down and 1. Last time he did this on an opening drive, they scored a long touchdown with Marshall. Here he goes again. This time clearly gets the first down and gets close to the 45 of Danville.
It looks like Chris Mosier and Jacob Byers there on the tackle. We mentioned their name a lot last week. Mosier, somebody we talked about earlier today, getting 21 tackles last week. That's an insane stat for the young man down there, already getting his first taste of the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, and just to put that into perspective, Cardington ran the ball 53 times, so that's pretty close to half of those runs being tackles made by Chris Mosier, as Blane Ball gets outside of the pocket and he's taken down for a short gain. That's what Danville wants to see, because Blane Ball in a couple of these other games has been wide open when it comes to getting out of the pocket and using the field to his advantage.
And that right there, tackled by Silas Myers. At least he was in on the play. Silas, another one of those Danville defensive frontmen that we've mentioned a lot so far this season.
He had 12 tackles last week against Cardington. Bunch of players in the box here for Danville. And Disiani in motion. It'll be a fake out to him, and we'll see Marshall push ahead. It'll be a gain, but this Danville defense that I thought was going to be tested tonight, they're stepping up to the challenge so far. We'll see what Coach Colella and his offensive crew draw up here for 3rd down and 6 on the 41.
Yeah, and I know in that pregame locker room, I know Coach Duncan's pregame speeches, he always talks about coming out, punching the opponent in the mouth, and you got to be able to take the hits. Danville's definitely taking the hits. So is Centerburg. They're both trading blows so far tonight.
Marshall moves out. Ball looks his way. He'll throw down the field. Instead, this one nearly
and
picked.
It's intercepted. Oh!
It's incomplete.
Said it bounced off the ground.
Yeah,
Wes Payne trying to make his case.
The ball misses the 6'3" Bollinger. And Payne, I think it did just hit the beautiful Bermuda grass here at Centerburg before dropping incomplete. And it looks like this Centerburg offense is going to go for it again, this time on 4th and 6.
I mean, honestly, why not, Jonathan? Your offense has been very dangerous already this year. They're going 5 wide, trips right. Motion in here.
Dropping back to pass. Ball is going to be halted by a flag. It's a false start on Centerburg.
False start on Centerburg.
A little bit of the anticipation getting to the Centerburg offense. Looks like they're going to bring on the punt unit now.
Yeah, so 4th and 6 they thought they could do. 4th and 11 probably not looking too hot now. So these Trojans will punt at the 46-yard line. Or at least we thought they would. Ball stays out. They must really trust this Centerburg defense if they're not able to capitalize here. Ball is the punter, however, so keep an eye out. Yep, as he's just going to drop back and probably pooch this at the 45. Doesn't see anything for a fake. They'll send it back there. Angles it toward the near side pylon. This will bounce favorably for Danville at the 11. So the Blue Devils, after fumbling it with their freshman Parker Proper, are going to try to improve that ball security. We talked about the turnovers. They had 3 in the first half last week against Cardington. They cleaned it up in the second half, however, with none.
Yeah, they definitely got something figured out. Coach really got in their heads, telling them they got to keep a better handle on the ball tonight. And I know that's what Coach Bloom told Perper once he got to the sidelines there after that last fumble. This punt from Centerburg, though, even though it rolled back towards him for a Danville bounce, still down on the 11. It's still a hard position to start from the field.
7 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Still no score between Danville and Centerburg in week 8 of this high school football season, week 5 of KMAC action. Under center is Proper. He'll give it to Wallace, who tries to bounce off a few big defenders for Centerburg. They like to call them the Bulls for Centerburg, as we see Cy gain 4. But this is the biggest, probably the biggest group up front in the KMAC when it comes to the Centerburg Trojan defense.
Yeah, I would say whenever I got here tonight, I was looking at Centerburg kind of warming up there, and the defense and offensive front just seems to be not quite head and shoulders taller than everybody, but they're thicker than everybody.
Yes, absolutely. Angelo Nichols is the nose tackle for the Centerburg team. He alone sits 6'1", 320. He is in the middle of this 3-4 look on the Centerburg Trojans as a couple of tight ends move in motion. Proper in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side.
Looking to
Proper
pass.
rolls, and this is picked. Marshall reads the play. It's a touchdown.
Looking for Briggs Wallace there on that, and Reed just read that play as soon as Proper turned his eyes towards Briggs, was able to read it, step in front of Briggs, and kind of walked into the end zone there.
Yeah, the out route not executed great here by Danville. Marshall snoops in, gets the pick, takes it for 6. That's now 19 touchdowns for Miles Marshall on this season. 15 rushing, 3 receiving, and now 1 on the defensive end. Centerburg will go for 2 as they typically do, just like Danville will if they score. And they'll give it to Marshall. Easy 2-point conversion as he shoves off Nolan Ridgway, the final tackler. So Centerburg takes an 8-0 lead. They get to this freshman early, just above halfway done with this first quarter. They've already forced Proper to turn it over twice. We'll take a break here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
And welcome back. Another squib kick over towards the near side for Danville as Wes Payne makes a decent return out of it. Good field position for the Blue Devils. That's something they did not have the luxury of in their last drive. It was a one-play pick 6 from Miles Marshall, who is making his own case to be KMAC Player of the Year. Quite honestly right now, Peyton, it feels like it's a 2-horse race between him and his teammate Blane, who both have been dominating for that Centerburg offense.
Yeah, Miles Marshall, the 6'1" junior there for Centerburg, has definitely kind of come into his own this year, having Blane Ball in the backfield to kind of throw him the ball. Definitely helps out a lot, having a good quarterback there. But just his smarts and his ability is really what is making him stand out amongst the crowd.
Big hit up front, right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a tackle for a loss. Good job there from number 52. That is Cole Evans making the tackle.
It looked like there was a couple of Centerburg Trojans there right at the line of scrimmage, and really just a wall of red jerseys that Cy kind of ran into. Owen Gromberg tried to come out there and clean some of it up for him to get him something, but wasn't quite enough to get anywhere.
My mistake, number 50, Aiden Gray with the TFL. Makes it 2nd down and 11. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Centerburg already up 8-0. Proper trying to roll out of the pocket. He'll tuck it and run now. He's hit hard by Haas. Also an extra body comes in. Gray yet again getting to the football. And this will be 3rd down and basically 8. Right at the 45 of Danville.
Yeah, like I was saying during our break, Centerburg really honing in on Parker Proper here tonight, and that's just because he's a freshman. He's young. He doesn't quite have the football knowledge as some of these older guys have. It's definitely going to be a different challenge for him tonight, but I think he's able to kind of step up and learn from each play.
Proper rolls again. Stays in front, behind the line of scrimmage, then tucks forward. It'll be 4th down and medium here as Proper forced to kind of just tuck it and go out of bounds.
His offensive line gave him some pretty decent help there. Gave him quite a bit of time in the backfield to look downfield, really go through his progressions properly like he's supposed to every single play. Obviously, that doesn't always happen. Centerburg, great defense, great pass coverage downfield, really leaving Parker with nothing, and looks like he only got 1 yard on that.
So the punt team comes on. Nolan Ridgway, the most powerful punter in the KMAC, averaging 44 yards per boot, sends this over towards Hayden Love. So we'll take a favorable Centerburg bounce back to the 10. So 1st down Centerburg as we bring you this 1st down presented by Knox Community Hospital. And as we look at Miles Marshall yet again, of course he had the pick 6, but the story of his season has been running the football. And the rushing leaders, you see them there on your screen. Wyatt Denny sits 2nd. It should be Carson Barnum there at 1st, but Miles Marshall creeping up on that title as he's got 94 rushes for 904 yards this year.
And adding 15 touchdowns onto that. Again, he's definitely making a name for himself this year and really helping out Blane Ball kind of clear everything up for the passing game.
He gets the football again here. There's a flag in the backfield, but Marshall appears to be gone. Wallace trying to catch up with his speed, but Miles Marshall is in the end zone in one play.
Marshall, back to back to the house.
There is a flag, however, we'll check it. Blane Ball
looks
over
like
with
it's
the
going to be a
officials.
holding on Centerburg.
Yellow.
Huge mistake there by the offensive line there. That was a big 90-yard run for a touchdown for Marshall, definitely adding to that 904 rushing yards already this season. But all that gets wiped away. It's like the play never even happened for him.
Absolutely. So Marshall, after that long run of 90 yards, is probably going to have to take a breather here and be out for this 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what's happening. They brought somebody in there to get Marshall a little bit of water. That's going to push Centerburg all the way back to the 5. Holding, obviously, a 10-yard penalty, but with how close they are to the line of scrimmage, they have to go halfway to the goal.
Yeah, so 1st and 15. Worst field position of the day belongs to Centerburg on this play. 4:01 to go in the first quarter. They lead 8-0.
Looks like they brought in number 9, Sean Carter, to replace Marshall in the backfield.
Scored a touchdown last week. It'll be Blane Ball who holds on to it here instead. And the Blue Devils shake him up before they can get back to the original line of scrimmage. Peyton, tell me, you just gave up a 90-yard touchdown. What's the feeling now as they try to drive as the flag pulls it back?
Yeah, they definitely got to tighten up there on the defensive front. It looked like they just kind of got beat on that by the Centerburg offensive line. Like we mentioned, not the tallest guys in the conference, but they're definitely some of the thickest, and really just manhandled the Danville defensive front right there.
See what the O-line can do here on 2nd down and 12 on the 8-yard line of Centerburg. They will give it to their guy, Sean Carter. And he won't get much, and it looks like Marshall's going to make his way back out for 3rd down.
It looked like Owen Gronberg, number 54, the junior for Danville, making the initial contact. And again, we see Chris Mosier and Jacob Byers coming in to clean everything up. Centerburg trying to get back to that original line of scrimmage. Right now it's 3rd and 11. Looks like they're going to keep Sean Carter out there and keep Marshall on the sidelines for right now and give him a little extra breather.
3 receivers near side, 1 to the far end. Ball takes the snap. Has to get out of the pocket. He's got a lot of room if he can get past a few. But no, Danville stands him up. It'll be 4th down and long. The punt team will come out.
Jacob Byers just about had himself a sack back there. Blane Ball able to kind of slip out of his grip and ended up getting pushed out of bounds by Chris Mosier and number 57, Landon King. Another one of those seniors kind of really filled a big role on that Danville defense that they lost after the graduating class from last year left.
A great job in contain, because if Byers and King don't make that tackle, there's a lot of real estate for Blane Ball to work.
There's a lot of green grass in front of him.
So this could be favorable field position that could take them right around where they fumbled the football in their first drive, the 43-yard line.
Looked like the ball may have just come off of Blane Ball's foot a little weird. Cy Wallace picking up the ball to try to make something out of it.
He did that against Cardington last week, and he does it here yet again successfully. So instead of being the 42-yard line, this ball is going to move up to the 37. That's where they're marking it right now.
However, we do have a flag down on the field. There was a little bit of extracurricular back behind the ball. I'm not sure what it was. Looks like
Centerburg.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Centerburg. Refs saw something that they didn't like and pulled that yellow hanky from their pocket.
It's even more yards. So we'll see how far they move up after this. Probably a 15-yard penalty. So take them from the 37-yard line to the 22, basically. And you're flirting with the red zone here if you're Danville without even taking a snap.
Yeah, something that we haven't really seen a lot out of Centerburg this year. A lot of teams at the high school level, they struggle a little bit with the penalties. Centerburg really hasn't struggled a whole lot with penalty yardage this year. So far, some big, costly penalties. You saw this unsportsmanlike conduct and that big holding call that they had on that 90-yard touchdown from Miles Marshall.
Bunch set from the Blue Devils again. They have trips near side. Dropping back to pass. Proper up the middle. Can't find his man. Briggs Wallace stood a little bit behind him. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Wallace trying to haul that in. It came in behind him. Wasn't really much he could get a hold of, but he took a big shot almost as soon as he touched the ball. Obviously, Wallace coming back from a concussion. He's got that cardigan cap still on this week like he did last week. Those definitely help out a lot, take a lot of the pressure from those hits off of his head. But still, those types of shots are scary, especially a huge asset in Briggs Wallace that Danville has. Proper taking the snap here.
This ball bounces off of Tharp. Fortunately for Danville, it bounces to the grass here, as it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Looked like that would have been a solid 5-yard gain there, but didn't quite look like Tharp was ready for it. Bounced off a shoulder pad, and like you said, luckily it fell softly to the grass instead of getting picked off again.
Yeah, so Proper had such a great day passing last week. He threw 13 for 18. This week, just 1 completion so far, and it was about 5 yards down the field. Here's 3rd down and 10, trying to change that here. High snap, Proper hauls it in, has to take the grunt of this hit at the 25-yard line, and disaster here for Danville, but you are in go-for-it territory thanks to that flag on Centerburg.
Yeah, it's going to bring up, looks like 4th and 12. Coach Bloom obviously not one to try to kick field goals. He doesn't even hardly ever kick PATs. I believe he said a couple years ago the only time he'll try to kick a PAT is if they're up by 35 points. So it's definitely an obviously a go-for-it situation for Danville. It's just a matter of if they're going to try to open up the running game with Wallace or even with Ridgway, who's kind of picked up a lot of running back plays here, or if they're going to try to possibly go for the end zone with Proper.
I want to shout out some comments before we get to this 4th down and 12. Hey, Peyton, leave a little running list of how many names you recognize here, because a lot of Devil fans in our chat tonight.
Okay.
Shout out Mary Beth Connor, Brittany Smith, Jessica Gerald Holland, Ed Moreland, Shirley Teeter, Shelia Tall, Victor Matheny, Charity LeMay, Jessica Price, and Kay Nichols. Anything?
I lost count.
You lost count?
I lost count.
Wow.
There's just so many of them. Again, like I said earlier, Knox County as a whole is a tight-knit group, especially Danville.
4th down and 12. Ball in the 25. Rolling to his right. Proper looking up the field. Doesn't have much. He's got to take a hit again. Wrapping him up. Lane Johnston just celebrated his senior night, and he celebrates here, turning over the Blue Devils. Just seems like the coverage right now from that secondary for Centerburg, it's either that or Proper's just not seeing the field well. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I think with how well Proper was able to see the field last week and even the week before against Loudonville, I don't necessarily think that that's the issue tonight. I think Centerburg's pass coverage downfield is just so locked down that doesn't really have anywhere to throw to.
Back on the football are the Trojans. They're going to take a shot down the field looking for Hayden Love. This one about 2-3 yards out of reach. He is a big play guy, just 15 catches on the year, but he does have 364 receiving yards, and he's got 6 touchdowns. So nearly half of the footballs that he hauls in are in the end zone.
And you and I have talked a couple times this year. Centerburg really running the ball a lot, but they are just for some reason able to get the deep passes to work. We saw those 2 huge passes early in the season that they had, and that's kind of continued throughout the season.
Low snap, hauled in by Ball, given out to Marshall, looking for another big run. He's got the first down, and he's wrapped up for about 3 extra yards. But Centerburg cooking here with the outside runs.
It looked like he was brought down by the Wallace brothers there. Cy able to finally catch up with him, and then Briggs coming in to clean everything up. Looked like Miles might have had a talking to from the referee. Looked like he might have said something to the Danville sidelines.
Just got to be careful. No flags here if you're Danville or Centerburg. Trojans have already had a couple plague them here today. 50 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter. Carter moves in motion. Ball decides to keep it. This is the most explosive runner in the KMAC, and he gets the first down. 11.6 yards per carry, this kid.
That's a crazy stat. You usually see out of good runners 5 or 6 yards a carry, maybe 7 or 8, but 11.5 yards per carry is just an insane stat. He looked like he had to juke out Justice Tharp there. It was kind of in his face immediately. Tharp kind of came crashing down a little early, gave up the outside, and Blane Ball definitely made him hurt for that.
Yeah, so Blane Ball leads the league in yards per carry, just like Cy Wallace did for Danville last year, averaging just about 12 yards a carry. But Blane Ball having his way through 7 weeks, now make it 8 at the conclusion of this game. Ball looking down the field. He'll tuck it and take a big hit. Silas Miser getting there for a sack. And that's a big part for this Danville team. They only had 3 sacks coming into this game, and maybe want to try to stack up some more.
Yeah, not a lot of tackles on the quarterback in the backfield this year for the Danville defense. But, however, they have been fairly good at making those plays at the line of scrimmage. So even though they're not necessarily getting these tackles for loss like they have in the past, they're still able to keep offenses kind of respecting their defensive front, both passing and running.
8-0 Centerburg Trojans as we take a break here from the heart of Ohio.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rule First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
And welcome back here on the OH Report as we have started the second quarter. Got 3rd down and 8 on the 49 for the Centerburg offense. Ball dropping back to pass. Big pressure here from Danville, forces an incompletion as Wallace was kind of indecisive there if he wanted to put a big hit down or go for the football. But it ends up working anyways as Marshall can't make the play. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, definitely something right there. He could have kind of taken advantage of reading the play as well as he did, just like we saw Miles Marshall do on the flip side, getting the only score so far tonight. But Cy still able to make the play on the ball and bring it up 4th down.
Ball drops back. We'll punt this away for Cy Wallace. Last one wasn't too great this time. It is angled towards the end zone, and this is a solid punt inside the 10, now inside the 5. It's at the 4.
Yeah, it looked like he's not really trying to get a lot of height on these punts. He's more so just trying to push it as far downfield as he can to try to bring up these bad field positions for the offensive unit. For Danville, and so far it's working.
I mean, last time Danville was stuffed this far back, they threw a pick 6, so good things have happened for the Centerburg team so far in this game. That's the only score so far, 8-0, as both offenses have been shut down for the most part. The only real offense we have seen is Miles Marshall getting a 90-yard touchdown run called back due to a hold. In his own end zone, Proper sends 2 tight ends in motion. Wallace to the right sidecar. A lot of players in the box for Centerburg. They will send 5 as Wallace breaks off 1, but doesn't seem like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this right here, it looks like they we saw the motion out of both tight ends from Danville. Parker coming back inside the box to kind of line up behind that left guard to get an extra body in there. Makes you think that maybe Danville should break out their heavy package with them being on their own 3-yard line. But Coach Bloom's got a game plan, and he's going to stick to it until Centerburg proves otherwise.
Bunch set again on 2nd down. They lost a yard on that play, so ball's on the 3. Proper with the option. This is dangerous. Wallace dances in his end zone, is able to get out, and gets a decent gain for 3rd down. But you don't like how much time he spent in that end zone.
Yeah, he definitely ran at least 10 or 15 yards back in the end zone, being chased down by several Trojans. Able to come back out, bring the ball out to the 6-yard line, and get a little extra push there at the end of the run. But again, another really a 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here for Danville, back in their own end zone.
Offense has not done much. They've turned the ball over twice already at the hands of their freshman quarterback, looking to turn and change their ways here in the second quarter. Wallace breaks through, but quickly collapsed upon. Good job there by the Trojans, holding him up, and likely going to see the punt team again. Punts, more punts so far in this game. Both defenses playing chess.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be the trend tonight. We're going to see a lot of the punt team from both teams. Both of these defenses definitely coming out ready to play tonight. Wallace had a bit of a hole there, but somebody got their right arm in there just at the last second to kind of swallow him up.
Darn near chokehold. Yeah. Ridgeway back to punt again in his own end zone. Again, best punter in the KMAC. Seeing some pressure here, doesn't phase him at all. We'll see a flag as this one's caught at the 45 by Hayden Love. And he gets past the first level of tacklers. Getting to the far sideline. Switching to the end zone. He's in. Flag on the play again, so we'll hold things, but
no flags on the
sitting
play.
right now. But as if it will be a touchdown for Centerburg. PA said there was no flags on the ground, but I do see one. But I think it's
going to be a holding
Danville.
on Danville. Yeah, that's what's the call is going to be. Centerburg's obviously just going to decline that and take the points. Big sort of momentum shift in the favor of the Trojans right now, where we didn't really see any team able to kind of gather any real kind of wind in their sails so far tonight, but that's definitely going to help them kind of get things rolling here.
I'll tell you what, we talked about this explosive offense at length in the pregame show, but it's the defense and the special teams beating them to pay dirt so far here tonight. It's now 14-0. First special teams touchdown of the year for Hayden Love. It's the second one of the season. They had a blocked punt from Bollinger against Northmore a couple weeks ago.
Looks like Centerburg is going to go for it again here.
Ball takes the snap. He'll give it back to Marshall. Is he going to get there? Doesn't look like he did. He's left short. It'll be 14-0 as we take another break here on the OH Report.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
And welcome back to the heart of Ohio. Beautiful sunset dipping on this field as the flag we saw on Danville is going to be added to the kickoff. So from the 50, we'll see Centerburg boot this away. They've gone short on both of their kickoffs thus far. We'll see what they do here. But Centerburg just creating new ways to score. A punt return for a touchdown there of 45 yards for Hayden Love. Their first score was a pick six out of Miles Marshall, out of the freshman quarterback Proper. Another squib. This one will be left by Wes Payne. Wisely done there. That'll move him up the field a little bit on the flag.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to pick it up to try to get some yardage, but like you said, a wise decision to just kind of let the ball roll out of bounds to give him a couple extra yards.
So the field position not going to be too bad here for Danville and their offense that scored 36 points in their win against Cardington last week. It was the two-way offense that really helped them out. 237 pass yards from that freshman Proper, 160 rush yards. Now what is it going to look like when you try to get one of them going that just feels like Centerburg shuts you down in one avenue? Got to go to that other end, and we're seeing the results of that so far.
Yeah, the Centerburg defense definitely very showing a great balanced look tonight. Good downfield coverage by their DBs, not really leaving Proper anywhere to kind of throw the ball. And then that defensive front for Centerburg, even though it's just three guys, they're really kind of controlling this line of scrimmage so far in the game. So Cy Wallace and company is not really able to get anywhere running the ball.
And a timeout here from Danville. Coach Bloom wants to get his talk with the head official. He wants the ball to be moved up. It's at the 25 right now. Remember, the kick went out of bounds. The only real explanation I would have is that they sit on that far hash at the 25 is that West maybe touched it, so it would not move the ball up the field. But Coach Bloom definitely going to talk to the head official and see if they can get this figured out.
Yeah, obviously we can't hear anything that's being said between Coach Bloom and the head official, but he sees something that he's trying to make his case for.
And it didn't seem to get the good side of the argument.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it's going to go his way this time.
Centerburg Athletic Boosters Chad Rutherford Trucking, Dice Trucking.
So Danville will have to go 75 yards down the field as they start the drive at the 25. They'll spread out a little bit here on first down and 10. Proper immediately goes to his left, trying to get away from the big fellas for this Centerburg team. Lofts one over the top, looking for
big one-handed catch there for Tharp. And they're going to give it to him. They're going to say tiptoed on the sideline there. Proper kind of giving him some direction. Tharp thought he was a little open. Proper kind of sent him downfield a little bit, pointing, saying, hey, I'm going to throw it up to you. Go up and get it, big man.
How about the one-handed grab from Tharp, the junior, sits 205 pounds, stands 6'2". He'll go out in the slot again.
Having those big guys there, the tall receivers definitely helps out a lot. You can kind of throw it up to them a little bit, and they can bail you out in a lot of situations.
Proper has to improvise, throwing down the field. He's got Cam Horn complete at the 44-yard line of Centerburg.
Cam Horn, we saw, he's just a sophomore this year, same class there with Cy Wallace, really picked up a lot of usage last week. Coach Bloom saw the improvement that he's made so far this season, and clearly they're going to use him a lot more the rest of this year.
His third catch of the year. We didn't catch it on our replay, but it was a rub route from all three of those trips up top. Threw everybody off for Centerburg, and it left a wide open sophomore who makes the catch and moves those chains yet again at 8:20 to go here in the second. Trojans lead 14-0. Blue Devils trying to find some rhythm here tonight. Nearly catch Centerburg offsides. Another high snap. Proper trips to the ground. Wallace has to improvise, and he is smacked. But he is able to turn those feet to the 49.
He picked the ball up trying to maybe make something out of nothing there. Was able to get back to really where the ball landed at with the high snap. Almost got Centerburg to jump to try to get a couple extra free yards, and ended up losing some with the high snap there.
It should be 2nd and 23 once they finally get this marked at the 49 of Danville. That's a tough break for this Blue Devil squad. Pardon me, 2nd down and 16. Still a long way to go. Trips near side. That worked out well for Danville last time they ran it. Proper looking that direction, sitting in the pocket. Great blocks from this Blue Devil squad. He's going to tuck it and run to the original line of scrimmage. He's hit late out of bounds. There's 3 flags
here
that fly
comes
up.
The flags.
Proper on the carry. 1, 2,
So he's going to get the call here for a late hit.
on the play.
I don't know. It looked like he was still in bounds.
It was definitely a close call. It's hard for us to see up here in the press box exactly where he is on the field. The line judge there on the far side on Danville sideline is able to pick it up. But it looked like number 55, Evan Tudor, is the one accredited for the late hit. And I want to say something about Danville's offensive line there on that play. Proper he looked comfortable. He looked like he was able to just pull up a lawn chair and kind of hang out there until that Centerburg backfield didn't give him anything downfield. He was able to tuck it and run. That offensive line really giving him a lot of time tonight.
See if they can do it again here. 3 receivers near side. Briggs Wallace moves over towards Proper. Another high snap. They'll give it to Nolan Ridgway, the former quarterback who pushes forward for about 9 yards.
And that right there, we talked a little bit last week about them moving Ridgway to the running back spot. I think Bloom was kind of looking for that heavy hitter like he had last year in Aiden Burke, obviously, losing him to graduation. They didn't really have any big guys in the backfield to run the ball at the beginning of the season. Bloom able to figure this out at practice for the Loudonville week, and so far it's working.
Fulton with the red zone. In fact, they're in the red zone at the 17. 2nd down and 1. 2 tight ends in motion. 5 skill players to the far side on that boundary line. Fake toss. Proper tucks it himself. Hold on to that football, young man, as he gets knocked out of bounds inside the 10.
It looks like number 16, Carter Wagoner. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Kind of coming up and laying the hit on Proper, but great play call there by Danville. Able to pick up first and goal here. First one of the night.
Carter Wagoner leads the KMAC in fumble recoveries with 3. Makes the hit there, as you said, Peyton. Now ball at the 9. It is first down and goal. Those chains are relevant now as Proper sits in an empty backfield.
Good motion. Those 2 tight ends to the left. You see that Danville doing a lot of this year.
Proper, good snap, rolls to the left, can't set the edge, and Proper pays for it at the 17.
Takes a huge hit from number 8, Tommy Haas, the senior, coming up. Definitely showing his excitement after that big hit there. Didn't really have anywhere to go for Proper on that, and Haas making him pay for that.
And it looks like Coach Bloom's going to call his final timeout of the half, so Danville's going to have to work without that for the final 6 minutes of this quarter. He called a timeout earlier to make his case with the officials on a marking down the field, which ultimately didn't end up mattering because they're driving right now regardless of where they ended up. But at the 17-yard line, this is a long second down and goal where they'll have to regroup and figure out where they go from here.
Yeah, it looked like they were just running that trips to the left side like we've seen a couple times so far this drive. That's really worked for them. Motioning their 2 tight ends to that left side to get a couple extra bodies over there, give them a little extra protection. Didn't work out that time. Tommy Haas able to come up, find some space right there in the middle of the play, and really lay the wood to Proper on that one.
He's been a star over at linebacker. The man wearing number 8 in red sits the near side hash around the 10. As the ball's at the 17 for second down and really long for goal to go. Proper, good snap this time, looking in the middle. Gets away, Bollinger behind him. Good juke from Proper inside the 10 to the 5. He's hit hard again, but a great gain for the freshman. I was worried there that maybe Bollinger would catch up behind him, but good moves made as they are able to juke out Roadbeck. Proper makes a solid play.
Yeah, Proper there kind of trying to put the offensive unit on his back here to get them finally into the end zone with just under 5.5 minutes left in the first half.
Trips near side yet again. Nolan Ridgway in at running back. Wallace in motion. That's Briggs. Proper fakes the give to Ridgway. There's a flag on the field. As it looks like Proper held onto the football. He gets it for about a yard. But there is a flag. We'll check on that.
Looks like it's going to be a holding call on Danville right there in the middle of the offensive line.
And it would have been 4th down and 4, but Coach Colella decides to take it. Make it 3rd down and what now will be 15.
Looks like the flag, looked like I saw the official motioning 5-5. That's going to be Austin Adair, the center, making the hold there, bringing it back to the 15-yard line. And I think Coach Coella's thought process here is he trusts his defense, even though that's giving them an extra down. Again, it's pushing them back, making it a little harder for them to get into the end zone. Coella's got a lot of trust in his defense.
Danville's really got to rely on their receivers to get open here. 3rd down and long. Far side hash. Proper, fake rush, throw up the middle, big hit. And there is a late flag, and Centerburg's fans not happy with it. As it looked like Hayden Love made somewhat of a late hit, and this could be an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, it looked almost like a flag you see at the college and pro level, maybe hitting a defenseless receiver going up for the ball. That's one of those plays as a receiver. You kind of hate having to go up for those because it's always so dangerous. Obviously, he took quite the shot on that, a little slow to get up. The athletic trainers are out there checking on him to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, so Carson Proper catching his bearings. He's up on his feet. He'll go out on his own. That's great to see if you're Danville. But after that flag, it will be Another chance here for Danville up the field. And it is an automatic first down.
It looked like they might have called a helmet-to-helmet contact there. I didn't quite catch what the referee motioned.
And we can check that real quick, see if there was some helmet-to-helmet contact. We could try to go proper to proper again. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I think it was more so, again, the hitting a defenseless receiver. Like I said, those kind of pop passes, those Tim Tebow style pop passes are it's definitely dangerous for all receivers to go up and try to snag, especially having to jump up the way he did.
Oh, new set of downs. First down and goal at the 7. Siren Wallace back out on the field. He'll sit to the right sidecar. Proper faces some heat. He'll get an entourage inside the 5. Looks like the 3 is where they'll mark him down. It's a long drive here from Danville. Not necessarily on the game clock, but in real time, it's just been a grind for the Centerburg defense.
Looks like there's a bit of a confusion on what down it is. The game clock, or the scoreboard, I'm sorry, shows second down, like they got a new set of downs, but the head referee is showing that they in fact did not, and it's going to bring a 4th down for Danville.
Yeah, so it was not an automatic first down on that play, so it'll be 4th and goal. It's a tough spot at the 3.
Looks like just a bit of miscommunication between the press box up here for Centerburg and the referees, which happens from time to time. But again, bringing up 4th and 3, it's a tough spot for Danville. We'll see if they're able to finally push their way into the end zone.
Centerburg crowd on their feet, looking to try to keep this a shutout here in the first half. 4:17 and counting. 4th down and 3. Proper in the shotgun yet again. Looking for Ridgway. Ridgway to the end zone. Is he there?
And
yes,
he got
is. Touchdown, Danville. They needed that one to stay close in this game, and they got it from Nolan Ridgway.
Beautiful blocking there up front by the offensive line there for Danville. Tyson Payne looked like he pulled on a trap block there. And that's exactly what it was. Opened everything right up there for Ridgway. He's able to push his way into the end zone to finally get Danville on the board tonight.
So now back-to-back weeks with a rushing touchdown for Nolan. He stays out on the field for a 2-point conversion that'll be on the way. Regardless of the outcome, it'll be a 1-score game, right where Danville wants to be.
Yeah, coming into this, Danville had to know that they might have to play from behind in this game. And it's definitely shown tonight as you see Proper roll out.
And this one looks to have been intercepted in the end zone. Good catch there out of Carter Wagoner. 2-point try, no good. Centerburg leads still 14-6, but a 1-score game here from the heart of Ohio.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Well, it's the first time we'll see Danville kick off to Centerburg here tonight. Trojans will get the football to start the second half. So with 4:08 to go, we'll see if Centerburg can potentially double up here. It'll be a crucial double dip if they can do so. High kick. Haas will simply go down on a knee and give his offense a chance to drive down the field. That has been held to no scores yet here in this game. A defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown are Centerburg's points tonight.
Yeah, as far as the offense goes, Danville has shut them out. A couple crucial mistakes there made by Danville's offense and their punt team, but their defense keeping them in this one.
Blane ball looking to reverse tide here. Last week, 8 for 12, 159 yards and 3 touchdowns. He hasn't had to throw it much, but when he has, he's been efficient. He had 10 carries for 118 yards in that game against Mount Gilead. Again, convincing win over the Indians, who were undefeated at that point. Trojans whooped them 46-0. Marshall in open space, taken by the shoestrings out of bounds by Cy Wallace.
Again, going back to that just quick pass there to the right to Marshall, trying to get his athletes out in the open space, let them work, let them make a play. Cy Wallace able to come up and force him out of bounds.
Ball now at the 41 of Centerburg. 2nd down and 5, 14-6 in favor of the Trojans. Ballinger moves in motion to lead block for Marshall yet again, but Danville there again. Looks like a 2-yard gain as he's shoved out by Chris Mosier.
Yeah, swallowed up there as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage there by Silas Miser again. That 5'10", 240-pound junior defensive lineman for Danville. Somebody we've mentioned a lot this year. He's definitely really stepped up in a big way for that defensive front. And then Chris Mosier, another one we mentioned a lot last week and so far a lot this week, coming in, helping push everything out of bounds.
3rd down and 4 on the 42. Big play for both sides. Ball, free rusher, has to evade the pocket, throws down the field. There's a flag. This incomplete anyways. It'll make it 4th down. We'll see if Coach Bloom decides to take this one.
Good coverage downfield there by the Danville secondary. Kind of threw it away there, but another holding call on that Trojan offensive line.
Coach Bloom declines the penalties, so this will be 4th down and 4. This is go for it range here if you're Centerburg.
Centerburg making a couple trade-offs there on that offensive unit. It's hard to tell what they're going to do until Blane Ball takes those couple steps back, because their punt team could very easily turn into their offensive unit, and it looks like he's going to take a couple steps back here.
Thought it might be dangerous for Danville to have a man back, but yes, it is going to be punted. Good chance here for Danville. As Wallace scoops us up just inside the 20, tries to put some moves on, but he is shut down quickly. But gotta commend him for picking it up and not letting it roll anymore, because it was starting to beeline towards the 10.
Yeah, that right there, he had to have known that he wasn't really going to get much off of that return, so that was really just to stop the ball from going even further into their own field position. That ball kind of came off of the foot a little weird. It looked like a knuckleball kind of floating down the field.
But he's had that a couple times, and it's worked for him all game long, so kudos to the Trojan special teams unit. Blue Devils back out on the field. Proper gets his play call and his script here for this drive with 3:03 to go in the 2nd quarter. This will be a huge turnaround if the Blue Devils can drive again and score. They had a 75-yard drive not too long ago, go for 6. Snap goes to Proper, looking for Cy Wallace, puts a couple jukes on up the middle for a 1st down past the 30.
There, that offensive line able to get things opened up a little bit, as you saw on that that touchdown from Ridgeway, opening things up again here for Cy Wallace to pick up, looks like a good 12 yards on that carry.
This is a defense that has been tested in their run protect. They saw Mount Gilead run it 33 times against them last week, so looking like same old there from Cy Wallace as they try to bottle him up. Proper holds onto the football here. He's wrapped up by Nichols and pushed backwards. Forward progress will give him a yard.
And Nichols, again, that big 6'1", 320-pound junior, kind of swallowing everything up there in the middle of that line of scrimmage. Really nowhere for Proper to go. on that play.
Opted not to go with Wallace on the outside handoff, where he's seen some success today, but decides to keep it himself. Couldn't get too much. 2nd down and 8 on the 34 with 2 minutes to go now in the half.
2-minute drill time here for Danville.
No timeouts as well. Proper drops back to pass. Hit as he throws. Finds Horn up the middle.
Horn also taking a big shot there, but he jumps right up.
Fired up after his 2nd catch of the day. Gives Danville a 1st down at the 41.
Yeah, Proper took a bit of a shot there. He's kind of shaking up just a touch there. Had somebody right in his face. Looked like that was Bollinger right in his face as he made the throw. And again, that sophomore Horn coming in clutch there for that 1st down.
4 receivers yet again on the 46 of Danville. Quick throw. They're going to go to Tharp, who is collapsed on quickly for a loss. Go for a screen play for a big fella. Don't have too much speed out there, and just a herd of defenders is all you really need if you're Centerburg.
Yeah, again, Danville going back to that quick pass, just like we see from Centerburg as well tonight. Danville throwing a couple of those quick shots there to the outside. Nowhere really for Tharp to go. He was swallowed up almost as soon as he caught the ball.
2nd and 11 on the 45. Proper drops back, collapsing pocket. Ball taken away from him. Tough scramble. It looked like Danville got to it, and they did. Crisis averted as Bollinger again setting the edge, getting there before the ball could get out of the pocket.
Yeah, Bollinger taking on that big left guard there for Danville. That's number 70, Wade Nisley, 6'3", 295-pound senior. He's another one of those guys who's really taken some huge strides this offseason, really got himself right to take over that left tackle spot for Danville. But Bollinger able to put the moves on him and able to get his hand on the ball.
Another nightmare for Danville, but they have seen multiple 3rd and longs here in this game. They've been saved by some penalty flags. Proper up the middle as they just try to go for a few yards. And with no time left on the clock, basically, that'll end the 1st half. So Blue Devils decide to run out this clock. Centerburg leads by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It is 14-6. Halftime show with both bands coming your way live and free on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Hold on tight, because the Blue Devil Band is diving into heavy metal history with our next chart. We're taking it back to Ozzy's Black Sabbath days. It's loud, it's fast, it's intense, and it's exactly what you'd expect from the Blue Devil Band and our twirlers. Here is Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Next chart needs no introduction. Get ready to rock with the Blue Devil Band as they deliver one of the most legendary songs in rock history. You know the energy, and now you're about to hear it like never before. Live, loud, and full of power from your very own Danville Blue Devil Band. So buckle up, because this train is off the rails and coming straight for the stands. All aboard! Ha 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 ha! time for your Danville Blue Devil Band!
entirely by our senior band members. The show was designed and taught by senior band members Andy Cornejo and Michael Wallace. Selections will include Runaway Baby, Creep, and Viva la Vida. Let's give our senior band members a big round of applause for all of their hard work, dedication, and commitment to the marching band and the music program. Thank you, seniors!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
It's time now for your Webb's Marathon halftime show, live and free here on the OH.REPORT. 14-6 sits the score between Centerburg and Danville. Blue Devils hanging in tight here so far in this one to the top team in the league, the only remaining unbeaten in the KMAC. Before we kind of dive in and talk about this first half, let's thank those sponsors real quick. Thanks to AmVets Post 59 in Centerburg. Thanks also to Webb's Marathon and Automotive, Knox Public Health, Monarch Title Services, Knox Community Hospital, along with the Centerburg Health and Wellness Center from Knox Community Hospital, along with Killbuck Savings Bank and Rural First. Jonathon Langdon alongside Payton Colopy, here to break down that first half in what was an uneventful one if you're a fan of offense, but we still got some points on the board thanks to a pick six from Centerburg's Miles Marshall, also a 45-yard punt return for a touchdown out of Hayden Love, and then Danville. They recently struck with a 5-yard Nolan Ridgeway touchdown run and did not get the 2-point conversion, so it's an 8-point game as we speak here.
Yeah, sitting at 14-6 in favor of Centerburg. We were reading some of the comments on the stream during the halftime break, and one of the comments that kind of stood out to me was Danville's offense was non-existent. And really, that's kind of true for both teams. Aside from the one drive that Danville was able to get in the end zone on, and aside from that 190-yard touchdown run that we saw from Centerburg that eventually got called back, both offenses have really been getting shut out by the opposite defense. Really been a defensive battle here tonight, and I can see a lot more of that this coming half.
Go ahead and take a look quickly. We showed Centerburg's broadcast in the region that they sit in. Didn't get to Danville until now, so here's how it sits on the screen. A state's Final Four matchup between Hillsdale and Danville was one of our favorite games of the year. It could turn into a second-round matchup the way the bracket sits right now.
Yeah, if playoffs were to start tonight, obviously you see there Danville would be playing Knox Valley. Definitely a game either team really could win. Knox Valley really put something together this year there for their squad. And then Danville, always dangerous in the playoffs, and that definitely could be another rematch between Danville and Hillsdale, which has kind of turned into a bit of a rivalry between the two teams, seeing each other at both the high school and junior high level.
Yeah, one of the first two teams out of the bracket right now is a team that Danville faced in a regional semifinal. Yep, they played Corning Miller. Squad that brings back a lot of players, but they have struggled here in the last couple of weeks. I believe they're on a 4-game losing streak as they're starting to sneak out of that tournament bracket. Taking it back out to the field now. Centerburg elected to kick it off to Danville to start this game. They're going to get the football back for a chance to put a 2-score lead up on the board before Danville touches it offensively. Going to take a tall task from the Centerburg team that has not seen much, thanks to the real focus that Danville has put on the defensive side of the ball. It is now 6 straight quarters that the Blue Devils have shut out the Centerburg offense so far in the last week. Ball will be followed upon the 34-yard line. Blane Ball will bring his offense out, see if they can turn the tide.
Yeah, this game has really been all line of scrimmage. Both the offense and defensive line for both teams has kind of really had to battle tonight. Neither of them really getting the upper hand. That defensive front kind of being led right now by Silas Miser and Tyson Payne, really holding down the middle of that line of scrimmage there.
Ball in the shotgun, 2 receivers on the far side. They'll go to Miles Marshall instead, who gets a couple space, and Mosier makes a crucial bigger game-saving tackle. As you see, Marshall just break through this first level with ease.
Yeah, Mosier making a big tackle right there. We got Byers down on the field, and a late flag coming in, kind of being thrown towards the Centerburg sideline. Looks like maybe one of the Centerburg players might have said something that the referee heard and didn't like.
And there's a player down, too, Jacob Byers. He is in a little bit of pain over there towards the 30. He was tended to week 3 against Lucas. He was actually carted off the field against Lucas in that game, but it ended up being minor injuries. Thank God he was okay, but now you see him here down on the ground again.
Yeah, that was definitely a scary injury there for Danville, for Byers and his family. It's scary anytime somebody gets carted off the field and has to go to the hospital to get checked out. Luckily, he was okay that night. Again, we see him down here, and hopefully it's more of the same. He's okay, and this is more of a minor injury with some precaution added to it. But
do want to remind you there was a flag on the field. We have not gotten confirmation what that is yet, but now we do get the call, and it is on Centerburg, so void that last play. That's over 100 yards now from Miles Marshall that have been wiped off the board by flags.
Yeah, that play right there was it was at least a 12-yard run there by Marshall, and that unsportsmanlike penalty coming in very late after that play was called. I mean, everybody's kind of already settled down, making their way to their respective sidelines. Flag comes out really out of nowhere, and like I said, the ref must have heard something that he didn't like and pulled that yellow hanky out of his pocket.
So Jacob Byers still down on the field. We're going to take this as our cue to break. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, hope everything's okay with Jacob Byers when we return here on the OH Report.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grow hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Good news if you are a Danville Blue Devil fan. Walking off on his own power, Jacob Byers there after the injury timeout. First down and 11 after a flag that went on Centerburg, voided a 12-yard gain by Miles Marshall, and now Blane Ball keeps it himself, gets a couple yards, but Peyton, you noticed it. Looked like Byers just kind of leaning and favoring that right shoulder, was able to get put up, walk off on his own power.
Yeah, it looked like the athletic trainer there for Danville and Coach Bloom might have been double-checking to make sure that he was good to go on the lower half of his body. Obviously, that Week 3 scare that we had, they were really paying attention to his movement of his toes. But, again, he got up favoring his right arm, so luckily it's nothing too serious.
Ball back to Marshall. He's taken down at the 40. Third down and medium.
Marshall on the carry.
So far, Marshall, outside of obviously a couple of big breaks through the Danville defensive line, seems for the most part there have been two Devils there each time to bring him down in kind of a group effort tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely something that Coach Duncan likes to focus on is team tackling. He's very big on that. You got to be able to not only make tackles by yourself, but your teammates have to be able to come up and help you clean everything out.
Ball with the quarterback keeper near side, taken down at the shoestrings.
Tripped up by Colton Grant, number 25, 5'6", sophomore. And it looked like he got a little piece of Marshall on the last play as well. Another one of these young guys coming in, filling some holes for this Danville defense in a big way.
It's always a dangerous angle to go at. Could get your fingers stepped on, but good job there by Grant getting the job done and likely forcing a punt here.
Yeah, it looked like he was even kind of tripped up by his own teammate, which I think is what caused that whole scenario there. But it looks like Ball's going to step back and probably punt here.
This is the fifth punt for Centerburg today.
Looks
if
like
they
he's going to
take
carry it.
And he's going to get the first down. Big time play out of Blane Ball to move the chains.
Yeah, that right there is why that punt formation is so dangerous. Really all he's doing is he's taking it out, kind of rolling to his right to see if something opens up right there. He saw something open up just enough for him to kind of squeeze in a few extra yards to pick up that first down.
So Ball uses his legs, keeps the drive alive. 9.5 to go in the third. 4 receivers here as Ball will get a lead block out of Ballinger. And he evades one tackler, another flag in the backfield, as it'll be a 6-yard gain, but hold everything again.
Another good run there by the Centerburg backfield. And it looks like the penalty is going to be on Danville this time.
Personal foul on Danville.
Personal foul's the call.
Move the chains yet again for the Centerburg Trojans, who are now deep into Danville territory.
Not sure who that penalty was on, but another costly mistake there by Danville. Again, we've seen them kind of plagued by penalties a little bit this year. So far, not terrible tonight, but that one coming up in a big way for Centerburg, bringing up first down on Danville's 38-yard line.
Roll the clock again. Just over 9 minutes left in the third. 14-6. We've been at this score for some time now. Both teams looking for some offense. Blane Ball and his crew getting close to that here. Marshall moves in motion. Snap. Ball wide open in the pocket. Looking down the field. One-on-one with Hayden Love is Wes Payne, and he does a good job shutting him down.
Ball's pass intended for Love.
Yeah, again, he's looking for those deep passes to Love that he's seen some success with so far this year. And Wes Payne kind of playing some lockdown corner there, able to force the overthrown pass.
And so much about being a quarterback is not just throwing the ball deep down the field. It's are you on time with your receivers? And it seems like so far between Hayden Love, his favorite target, Blane, has not been on target and on time here today. He's been about 2-3 yards ahead of Hayden so far in this game. Ball will give to Marshall this time. Jukes out one tackler as the crew for Danville gets him down. 3. Shoved down Marshall.
Yeah, Tyson Payne making the initial contact, kind of slow Marshall up a little bit for Ridgeway, Wallace, and Mosier to kind of come in and swallow everything up for him. But again, we go back to that Danville interior defensive line kind of closing everything up there, forcing Centerburg to bounce everything outside here tonight.
This will be 3rd down and 8 at the 32. Clock continues to move. Blue Devils threatening to push 4 ahead. Ballinger in motion. He'll roll out. Blane looking his way. It's a catch and could be more. Good tackle by Danville as Ridgeway gets there late, but it's not in time for a first down.
Yeah, I've noticed tonight, especially with Ballinger, whenever Centerburg sends him in motion, Danville's not really shifting their linebackers with him. Whatever linebacker's lined up across from him stays with him. Looks like it's kind of a little bit of a spy on him throughout the night, and for good reason.
Marshall getting a good crowd of blockers. He breaks past the pack to the end zone.
Miles Marshall.
Touchdown, Miles Marshall. It's his 20th of the season.
Several Danville defenders there had their hands on Marshall, but none of them able to bring him down. Marshall keeping his legs driving, pushing his own way into that end zone.
Already a pick 6 tonight. Now makes it a solid gain on the touchdown. It's a 13-yard touchdown run for Miles. Two-point attempt. This would make it a 16-point game if they can get there. Marshall untouched. He's 3 for 3 on those.
2-point try, Miles Marshall.
Yeah, that offensive front there for Centerburg able to kind of really shove that defensive line kind of really out of the way. And Marshall able to just waltz right into the end zone. So far, the 3rd time tonight, his 2nd touchdown and his first 2 extra points.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management. The Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Here go the Trojans with another squibber. This will roll out of bounds. Payne lets it go. Flag thrown on the out-of-bounds kickoff. So this will move to Danville now with their offense. Long drive out of Centerburg. They faked a punt to keep their drive alive. They end up scoring later on. What is Danville going to do to respond here? Well, Peyton, it feels like there needs to be at least a score here in this game, or in this drive.
Yeah, they Centerburg kind of came out and really bullied their way down the field there on that drive. Danville's got to kind of come out and do a little bit of the same on their part. It looks like they're coming in a little bit of a heavy package there on the offensive front.
4-minute and 16-second drive. RPO here. That one's complete to Tharp as he is pushed forward towards the 44.
Tharp again, that 6'2 junior there at the tight end spot for Danville. Just another big body able to hang on to the ball. Looks like they gave him 9.5 on that. Going to bring up 2nd and 1 for Danville.
Proper gets the play call, relays it to his team. 22-6 in favor of the Trojans. Trips near side. 2 tight ends toward the field side.
Side motion into the sidecar on the left side of their Proper.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Gets a little bit of space, plows through a defender. Marshall taken to the deck. And now in Centerburg territory is Danville. Look at him lay the wood right there, right at midfield on Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall coming up trying to make a play on him, and Cy was able to get just a little bit lower than him. That small frame there, Cy, a little easier for him to get down closer to the ground than Marshall. But, again, a good run, bringing up another Danville first down.
Keep an eye on the sophomore, number 1, Cam Horn, back into the game at receiver with Briggs near side. He's got 2 catches today. Team high so far in a game that has not seen much passing go well for the Blue Devils. Briggs Wallace in motion as Ridgway has got some leeway. And he's inside the 35.
Yeah, putting Ridgway back there in that halfback spot. Danville again coming out with that I formation that they've kind of worked in to the playbook a little bit last year and a little more this year. Moving Ridgway to that halfback spot. And it looked like they kept Ashton Spalding in there at the fullback spot, which we see a lot out of this Danville offense.
So they moved Briggs Wallace. I believe he's only been targeted once. The throw is behind him in the first half. Gotta wonder if they start to go his way here in the third. Here he goes in motion again. Go right back to what worked before. This time, though, Centerburg ready for it. Crowd of Trojans. Danville wants a flag. They thought there was a late throw there of Nolan after the whistle. But right back to the line of scrimmage goes Danville.
Yeah, again, like you said, is the exact same play. Just going the backside with Ridgway. Worked the first time, going to try to get it again the second time, and that Centerburg defensive front really swallowing everything up there.
Trips far side. Empty pocket for now with Parker Proper. Spalding in the game as a tight end. He wears number 15. He sits on the outside of the O-line. He will lead block for Proper, who is bottled up. Again, no gain thanks to this Centerburg defense collapsing in on the freshman. That time, Lane Johnston getting there for the tackle.
And another big hit there for that Centerburg defense. I want to talk a little bit about their defensive front. We saw them running the 3-4 in the first half, making those halftime adjustments, coming out in a 4-man front. And we actually have Angelo Nichols, that big nose tackle, on the sidelines right now.
That's 3rd down and long, so looking probably at a pass play. So you can afford to have Nichols over on the sidelines. Nearly a bobbled snap. Proper evading a couple rushers. He's taken in from behind. It won't be a sack, but it is still a great play again out of Johnston.
Yeah, Lane Johnston, that senior, like we said earlier, celebrating senior night tonight, and he's really showing out so far for his last home game here in Centerburg, last regular season home game. Obviously, they're going to be looking for a home game or two here in the playoffs.
Well, forward progress gave Danville about a half yard there. It'll be 4th down and 8 still. At the 32 of Centerburg, definitely go for it range. Need to try to get back within a score. 4 to go in the 3rd. 4 receivers spreading out here for Danville. Centerburg sends 4, collapsing pocket. Proper moves around, throw toward the end zone, looking for Briggs. Wallace.
Oh, and they're saying he was out of bounds. Looks like maybe from our angle he got a toe in, but the referee said no.
Yep, you see that left foot land on the chalk. Great catch by Briggs. We knew they were going to go his way, but just can't keep the feet in play, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it looked like he had his right foot there in bounds, but his left foot hit first right on the out of bounds line, and that right there is what the ref saw, and that's what warranted the incomplete pass call.
Got to give kudos to that official near side here. Had a great look, made the right call. Under 4 to go now as Centerburg takes back over. This could be real dangerous if Danville can't get a stop. Ball on the keeper. Evades a few, and he gets a 1st down, it appears, as he's dragged out of bounds.
Yeah, Colton Grant making the initial contact there on ball. Sophomore coming in and filling in for Byers, but it was the rest of the Danville defense having to clean everything up there on the sidelines. Sounded like the Centerburg sidelines wanted a late hit out of bounds call, but no flags were thrown.
A lot of flags going Centerburg's way compared to the Blue Devils tonight. And that's in the negative, I'm saying that. A lot of flags on this Trojan team that have cost them what could be an even bigger lead than we're seeing here right now. 22-6. They'll give it to Marshall this time, and he's blown up by Tharp. Able to set the edge and get past that left tackle.
Yeah, Tharp, really big edge guy here for this Danville defensive front. He's really focused on his technique this year and keeping that outside edge clear to avoid a lot of teams bouncing everything out, forcing everything back inside.
2nd down and 11, ball in the 43-yard line of Centerburg. Looked like an early start out of one of the receivers for Centerburg. No call as we see Bollinger make a catch right around the 1st down marker, and here's a flag late. This is starting to get a little ugly now. I'm going to show you this whole stretch. It's going to go on the Blue Devils. See if we get anything here at the end. It looks like we pan over the catch, so not going to see what exactly it was, but it was on Danville, and it looks like I'm seeing some captains collapse around.
Ball's pass complete to Ballinger. Penalty on Danville.
Captains for Danville collapsing around number 60, who may have had some words to say, Caleb Inverso.
Yeah, Caleb, we mentioned him a couple times last week. Another one of those big freshmen coming in. He's filling in a spot right now on that Danville defensive front. Coach Duncan and Coach Bloom saw a lot of progress out of him coming into his freshman campaign. Obviously utilizing him, but making a bit of a kind of rookie mistake there.
And play was ready to go, but 2 officials were out of position because Coach Bloom was trying to figure out what the call was. Head official with the white cap still trying to rally the troops here with the officiating crew. It'll be 1st down and 10 once we're all set to go at the Danville 32. Under 3 minutes left in the third. Clock rolls.
Centerburg driving again, looking to make this a 3-score game here.
Ball back to Marshall. Drags Mosier along with them to the 26-yard line.
On the carry, tackled by Mosier.
Make it a gain of 7.
Yeah, Centerburg coming out of this halftime locker room definitely seems to have made all the right adjustments so far, kind of really rolling over Danville here with their offense.
Shuffle with the line from Danville. Fake give to Carter as Ball gets the 1st down and more. Right around the 15, he's taken down.
1st down, Centerburg.
Picked out our camera guy there as Monarch Title Services brings you the replay. Ball, very good with the misdirection, the play action as well.
Yeah, that right there is not only a good fake by Ball, but his running back as well, able to draw the defensive end, Owen Gromberg, in. So Ball is able to kind of bounce that outside. Cy Wallace obviously able to keep up with him and bring him down, but just a great play there by number 10.
Snap goes to Ball. This time he'll go to Carter. He's eaten up quickly. Silas Miser breaks up the play.
Carter on the carry, tackled by Miser.
It kind of looked there like Silas came in a little untouched. Maybe miscommunication there on the offensive front for Centerburg. Not something that happens very often, but Miser taking advantage of it and really getting a little bit of a hard shot there on Carter.
Got a play call. Blane Ball chopped the hands. It's Gator. Keep an eye out. Bollinger just went on a visit to Florida. They'll go Hayden Love's way instead. And he was tugged in the end zone. A flag hits the field.
Penalty marker on the play.
Able to draw the
again. Payne probably going to get caught for holding.
Able to draw the penalty flag here. It's going to give Centerburg some extra free yards. And it's going to be a pass interference call there on Wes Payne.
I thought that play was going to go to Bollinger because the call was Gator, and I thought I put 2 and 2 together because Jackson actually did just make a visit to Florida last week. They went to his side, but they ended up going with a long shot to Love, so maybe that was the intention, to have Bollinger kind of as a distraction. He sits on the right side of the O-line right now. 45 seconds to go and counting, 2nd and 3. Ball fakes the give. He's going to go near side, untouched to the end zone.
Blane Ball, touchdown!
Touchdown, Blane Ball.
Great blocking again up front for that Centerburg O-line, and then he had his receivers downfield also making some key blocks there for him to just walk into the end zone completely untouched.
Yep, the misdirection as well. Kind of took that jab to the right, kind of a triple threat stance. He's a hooper as well. Later on in the year, you'll get to see him out on the hardwood, but on the gridiron tonight, he makes it a 28-6 game.
Yeah, this right here is not something, not the position that Danville wants to be in. No team ever wants to be in, but with Centerburg kind of gathering all the momentum so far the second half, they're really big on able to kind of snowball everything their way.
Marshall tries again, shuffles his way in for 2 more. It is 30-6 in favor of the Centerburg Trojans, who have just bogged down this clock. And with 40 seconds left to go, it's looking like another cruise to a KMAC victory. It'd be their 5th if they can hang on here. We'll take a break, come back on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Well, we knew this Centerburg Trojan team was going to be a tough out for these Danville Blue Devils, looking to put a little bit of an interesting spin on the KMAC standings toward the end of the season. But these Trojans sit 6-1 on the year. They're looking to make it another win. It would be their 5th straight.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Centerburg in that halftime locker room definitely made all the right adjustments so far to kind of combat this Danville defense. As we go with another squib kick, as West Payne fields it at the 33-yard line. He's able to bring it out to looks like maybe the 36 or 37 of Danville.
I'm just noticing now.
Payne on the return, tackled by Bryant.
No, I'm correct. 6-1 for Centerburg here as Danville makes their way out to the field. They're going to have to strike early and often if they want to get back in this ball game against this Centerburg Trojan defense that has held them in check for the majority of the night. Near side hash is where the ball will get set at the 38-yard line.
Sticking with this 4-man front for Centerburg. Got Nichols back in there, big number 77 for that defensive front.
Poper gives to Wallace, who's knocked right away by Haas.
Haas, one of those guys we've talked about a couple of times tonight. Really, every time we talked about him, is him making big hits on this Danville offense. And right there, he makes another one, stopping Danville to just a 1-yard gain.
Time starting to roll out here on this third quarter. We'll see if we get another playoff. And Proper looks like he's has no interest in getting this off before we head to the fourth quarter. Centerburg 16-0 in that third quarter over Danville. That could be the decider here, but we'll see what the Blue Devils have to say with that when we head to money time here on the OH Report. Fourth quarter on your way.
3-3-2. 8.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
We return to the heart of Ohio with 2nd down and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. As we'll see an early flag as Danville was in a rush to get back out on the field. They nearly ran out of time to get the snap off, and because of that, we may have seen a false start.
Yeah, it looked like number 9, Parker Proper, was lined up way offsides. The ball was on the looked like the 37-yard line of Danville, and Parker was clear up on the 40. Definitely a situation maybe they would have thought about using a timeout there to try to give themselves a little more time since they were really running low on the play clock, and it cost them there.
That turned second down and what I thought was 9, and now second down and 14 on the 33-yard line. 4 receivers near side. Snap looking Briggs Wallace's way. Proper evades a couple rushers and gets a solid gain into enemy territory.
Yeah, he had looked like number 58 there for Centerburg, Lane Johnston, again right in his face, able to kind of make a move, a little shake and bake on Johnston there, and just run right up the middle, pick up a big first down.
So you see the big front, Angelo Nichols back out on the field. So that tells you Centerburg expecting a run play here. But there is an empty backfield for Proper. He'll look quickly towards Briggs Wallace, decides to keep it himself. He's taken under for a yard gain.
That was number 54, Hagan Bryant, another one of those seniors there for the Centerburg defense coming in, making the hit on Proper. Looks like they kind of ran the same thing, just flip-flopped the position of the receivers, and almost looked like Proper just decided as soon as he got the ball, he's just going to take off and run with it.
A minute already down here in the fourth quarter. Danville down by 24 points. 3 scores here. They got to get every single 2-point conversion as well. Wallace gets a touch on the football to the outside. He's taken under as well for looks like no gain.
Wallace on the carry.
He had a wall of white jerseys there in front of him, kind of pushing everything to the sidelines there for Danville. But again, Lane Johnston, number 54, coming in backside and taking Wallace's legs out from underneath of him, which obviously that's Wallace's biggest asset is his legs. You take those away, and Johnston able to hold him to no gain.
Someone who we haven't seen in some time is Cy Wallace. It's Ridgeway here. On the left side, Carr as Proper drops back to pass, gets some extra blocking down the field, looking for Cam Horn. Looks to be Proper's new favorite target. This one a little high. So they'll make it 4th down, and this will be a rough go, but Danville, they have to go for it here.
Yeah, you mentioned Cy kind of being a little absent on this drive here. I think I saw on the last drive Cy kind of hobble off the sidelines a little bit. Not really sure what's going on with that. Maybe just twisted ankles, giving him a little bit of grief. It looks like Danville's going to bring up, going to call a timeout here.
So Centerburg 30, Danville 6. This was a 14-6 game at the half. Trojans explode to a 16-0 third quarter. Blue Devils trying to put something together. 2 minutes already off the clock. It's looking bleak for these Blue Devils to come back in this game. And if that is the case, the Trojans will jump to 7-1, 5-0 in the KMAC. And you look at their remaining schedule. They've got East Knox next week. I'll be on the call for that live and free. I believe you'll be there with me as well.
Yep, we'll be there in Howard together.
And then they also play Fredericktown week 10 in the big, of course.
Yeah, in the big Freddieburg game that they definitely look forward to every single year. It's always fun for Centerburg getting to the last couple of games. They get Danville, East Knox, and Fredericktown. Seems like every single year at the last final stretch of the season.
Well, there is the schedule. It's actually going to be 6 straight wins if the Blue Devils, or pardon me, if the Trojans can pull out a win here.
Yeah, Danville's going to have to score fast and often here if they want to make a game out of the second half.
4th down and 9. Proper with some time up the middle, deflected. Haas intercepted, looking to go the other way. Stiff arms Wallace, he's gone. Touchdown Centerburg.
That right there is definitely not how you wanted to start your comeback there. Tip drill, Haas just in the right spot at the right time, able to make a big pick 6 there. He had Briggs Wallace kind of chasing him down, but Haas able to kind of throw him off balance with that stiff arm, and it will just walk right into the end zone.
Well, if you've got the Danville defense, or if you've got the Centerburg defense and special teams on your fantasy football team, you are feeling great going into the weekend.
They're definitely getting a lot of points for if there was a fantasy league for high school football.
Try the extra point here. Did this last time I was here against Loudonville. When they got towards the end, they let their kicker take some extra points. And it's through for Bran Fravel. It is 37-6, and if you thought didn't think it was over there before this, it probably is now. The Trojans making a running clock here on Danville.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
Well, that escalated quickly. It's a 31-point advantage for Centerburg after the pick 6 out of Tommy Haas to the house for a second straight season. I was actually here last year when he took one to the house. I believe it was against Northmore in a real tight contested game. This one has not been that. We see the Danville offense come back out. 2 interceptions today from Parker Proper. Both of them go the distance for 6 on the other side. Clock's running here. Under 9 minutes to go. The Blue Devils looking like they're going to fall back to 500 at 4-4. They'll jump to 2-3 in KMAC play. Here goes first down and 10. Proper remains out on the field. Misdirection. It ends up in the hands of Briggs Wallace. Another freshman. Looks like he's only going to get 1, maybe 1.5. But got to give all the flowers to this Centerburg Trojan defense that is held in strong. They've scored 2 touchdowns to help out the offense that had some struggles in the first half. And that big front, I knew it coming in. They are legit. They've got a great offensive line on the other side. Defensive line is honestly just as good, if not better, after their play and their output here tonight.
Yeah, anchored down that defensive line, number 77, Nichols. He's definitely been a big aspect of them really taking control of the defensive line here.
Here goes Cy Wallace, who's back to the game in a big way. He's in the red zone and now the end zone.
Huge play there by Wallace, able to find an opening in the line of scrimmage there. But you got to wonder, even with that big play there, is it too little too late?
37-12 now after that score. Cy Wallace turning on the afterburners. We saw he was hobbled a little bit. Didn't play for a majority of that last drive we saw from Danville, but here he is on his first touch, taking it into the end zone.
Yeah, I was talking there about Nichols kind of anchoring down that defensive line here for Centerburg tonight. Was kind of irrelevant on that play. Was stopped up, and the Danville offensive line opening up a huge hole for Cy Wallace to get another big running touchdown.
Two-point conversion here from Proper. Briggs in motion. Fake give to him. Throw to the opposite side. It's a Proper-to-Proper connection for 2. Make it 37-14. We will take a break, come back for the rest of this one. Take that running clock back off. It'll stop in increments here on the OH Report.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
And welcome back live and free on the OH Report. Cy Wallace, he's going to kick this off. He got a touchdown earlier to help out his Blue Devils take the running clock back off. One-play touchdown's exactly what they needed, as Wallace doesn't even get this past midfield. There'll be a flag, and that'll be a great spot for the Centerburg Trojans to start with their offense that I got to feel has to be rejuvenated after seeing a couple of these touchdowns that they have been gifted by their defense, their special teams, 3 of them coming from that group. And Blane Ball's going to stay out in a 37-14 game and have the number ones try to put a little cherry on top tonight.
Onside kick out of bounds, first down, Centerburg.
Yeah, that Centerburg offense really got things rolling this second half. They were kind of non-existent, like we talked about just after the halftime break in that first half, but making the right adjustments, offensive line holding down the line of scrimmage and opening everything up for the Centerburg backfield.
Marshall nearly was gone. Gronberg for Danville had to tug at his jersey to pull him down.
Marshall on the carry,
so that'll make it second down and short. But I think the biggest thing is that third quarter was a killer if you're Danville, because look at the amount of time that elapsed on both of those Centerburg drives that resulted in touchdowns. Just truly bogged down any chance the Devils had to come back in this game. Ball in the shotgun again, 3 receivers, and Disiani and Haas near side. Ball slips to the feet, to the dirt. And he's taken in by Chris Mosier to be third down and medium now.
Yeah, you mentioned the amount of time that elapsed on those 2 long Centerburg drives. It's hard keeping a defensive unit out on the field as long as Centerburg kept Danville out there. And it just wears down the defensive unit for any team. And then to end with allowing 2 scores out of those drives, definitely taking a lot of wind out of Danville's sails.
Third down and 5. Ball all alone in the pocket, looking up the middle of the field. There's the 4-star. Bollinger breaks a tackle, tries to reach for the end zone. That'll be marked down at the 2.
2-yard line, first down.
And that right there, Bollinger just kind of using his size, his height, and his strength to kind of take advantage of Nolan Ridgway there. Able to bring it down to the 2-yard line, but Ridgway able to trip him up just to keep him out of the end zone.
A name we haven't said as much of today just because he hasn't been too involved. He's got 2 catches today. They've been for pretty good gains as well. He's had 4 weeks with at least 3 receptions. He's nearing that tonight. Scored a touchdown last week against Mount Gilead. Big bodies up front here on first down and goal. Make it a goal for Centerburg. This offense continues to plow through the KMAC, up over 40 again.
And that right there is the hat trick for Miles Marshall, getting the pick 6 there to start the scoring tonight, and then 2 offensive touchdowns following after that.
Let's take you down memory lane here. We'll wait for the extra point first. Frabel, he'll line it up. Good hold from Ball. Kick is good. 44-14, running clock back on. But taking a trip down memory lane on this, what will now be a 6-game winning streak. 53 points week 3 against Worthington Christian. 44 week 4 against Northmore. Week 5 they scored 41 on Loudonville. Week 6 47 on Cardington. 46 on the stout Mount Gilead defense last week, and here they are with 44 on the board on a Danville team that shut them out last year.
Yeah, it's definitely it's crazy seeing the amount of strides that this Centerburg team has made with their offense from last year compared to this year. Like we said earlier in the game, Danville shutting out Centerburg last year. It's great seeing what the coaching staff's been able to do with Centerburg over the offseason and kind of getting everything figured out for them to just really run over everybody this year.
6:06 to go here in the 4th. Running clock back on after the whistle. Short kick. This one will go to the 30, scooped up by Wes Payne. He'll put some moves on, and he'll be wrapped around by Aiden Gray.
Payne on the return, tackled by Gray.
We'll bring up a Knox Community Hospital first down. Blue Devils scored on one play in their last drive, so obviously gave up that touchdown, but still trying to build on next week. You've got a tough schedule coming up. You play at Fredericktown, and then you play home in that Devil Dog game against East Knox. It's probably the toughest three-game stretch to end the year in the KMAC.
Yeah, East Knox getting things figured out this year. They got a pretty good season going. Even if their record might not quite show that, they got a good team there in Howard. Got a big test next week against Centerburg.
Proper dives around the 45. But yeah, Fredericktown, they've had a couple of questionable games where they've been close with teams that we thought maybe they shouldn't have been close with. They got lit up by Mount Gilead, which was definitely not expected by many going into that game. But it just seems like that Fredericktown team is going to be ready for Danville because very similarly to Centerburg, Danville was really good last year. They were able to shut down Fredericktown. There's a chip on the shoulder of those Freddies.
Yeah, and bringing in Coach Spittler this year over at Fredericktown, bringing his knowledge of the game to that Freddie football team. He's definitely been able to work with those guys. They've bought into his system big time over there in Fredericktown, and so far it's been working great for them.
Roper gets the play call again now for 3rd down and 4 on the 38. About 4 minutes to go as we continue to run down this clock, and a 30-point advantage for Centerburg. Roper in the shotgun. 2 picks tonight. He was rattled early, never really fully recovered as he looks to the first down marker where he gets his fellow freshman Briggs another catch. So moving forward for Proper, what's the next step here in his development after a game like this against a really good Centerburg team?
Well, with him only being a freshman, he's still young. He had a great game against Loudonville and last week against Cardington. Really kind of running into a juggernaut of a defense tonight. This right here is going to show him the type of adversity that he needed to see as a freshman. He's got to learn from his mistakes tonight. He's got to learn to tuck the ball away, hold it up a little higher. Again, young kid making young kid mistakes, and he's going to learn from it. He's smart, just like his older brother Parker. I see a lot of good things coming out in that number 13 for Danville.
Gets a 5-yard gain there. Just made an announcement. Just made an announcement for some Centerburg seniors that are going to be making their way off the field one by one here as these plays go by for Danville. They did this last year. It's a special tribute. As each of them get their shout-outs here, it's going to be at some point here all seniors out on the field. Ridgeway to the left side car. Roper takes the snap again, drops back to pass. Scanning the field, doesn't see much. He'll take a shot about 30 yards down the field looking for Payne. There's a flag on the field. West did not stay in bounds either.
Roper's pass incomplete.
Like a legal man downfield will be called. 2 minutes now. Clock still rolling, of course. 44-14. Centerburg going to move to 7-1 on the year. Well, Centerburg last week gave up 142 yards of offense from Mount Gilead. All of them were rushing yards. Their pass defense was stellar against Cole Fricke last week for the Indians. And in another case here, this time they get 2 interceptions, both for touchdowns. And this Danville offense rattled here even at the end of the game when they try to stack on some yards, build some confidence for next week. Again, next 3 for Danville, or next 2 to end the year at Fredericktown. Then they play at home against East Knox in the Devil Dog game. Centerburg, we will be on the call at East Knox. Chet Looney Field should have a good one there next week. And then Devil Dog, Freddyburg for Centerburg as they take on Fredericktown on the road. Proper, that ball did not go out the way he wanted it to, and there goes Tommy Haas again.
That right there, it looked like he was just maybe trying to hold on to the ball and wasn't able to, and kind of floated out of his hands. And Tommy Haas right there in the perfect spot there to kind of close out this game here for Centerburg. Very impressive showing by the Centerburg defense tonight. Really getting everything rolling from the get-go. They only had really one bad series, which Danville was able to score on, but everything else was kind of lights out for the Centerburg defense tonight.
Victory formation for the Trojans. Taking a knee is Blane Ball. One final shout out before we go. The defensive coordinator had a great day. Joe Weaver helps hold Danville to 14 points, and it was just announced over the PA that he was inducted into the Big Walnut Hall of Fame for his playing career. Well, great night for Coach Joe Weaver. Great night for his defense. Great night if you're a Centerburg Trojan, because you win tonight 44-14. Your MVP also coming up. We're going to shout out one of the Bulls. Lane Johnston joins us upstairs here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health, to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
This place means everything to us. This is where we come together. We do all of our birthdays out here. We grill hamburgers and hot dogs. We fish. I was about to give up. I was about to think that the property wasn't going to become mine. Rural First specializes in solving the problems. I made the call, and the rest is history. It was done. It made everything easy. Questions answered, walked me through the process. It was done. When I'm here, just feel peace. That's all it means to me. Peace.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Time now for your Knox Public Health Player of the Game. Bringing up one of the Bulls here today. Great senior, great performance tonight from Lane Johnston. Congratulations to you guys. I just want to talk about the fact that you guys last year went over to Danville, got shut out, and here you are putting up 44 points. Talk to me about the transformation of this group and what has made a win like this possible.
Yeah, Coach told us to keep that in the back of our minds, from the beginning of the season. That was one of our losses. We had 4 main losses, and there was 2 to Northmore, 1 to Danville, and 1 to Ontario last year. So that was in the back of our minds, especially to be our only time we got shut out. That left a bad taste in our mouth. So coming in this season, that was one of our big goals, was to beat them.
And I know you're not a fan of individual shout-outs, but I do want to shout out your entire offensive line. You guys have been impressive all season long. Bringing back as many guys as you did, what did that do to really help out this team and get you guys to the next level?
Just they have the experience, like knowing plays all the way throughout, like the whole scheme, what they're supposed to be doing, their job. We basically perfected it and mastered it at this point. So just going out there and not getting too big of heads and using that experience that we've gained to come out there and just, dominate.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the defense and the special teams, I made the joke today that if you had the fantasy football team for the Centerburg Trojans on defense and special teams, you had a pretty good week.
Yep.
Just tell me about the touchdowns you guys got. It feels like the secondary's doing their job. It only makes you guys better, just overall, the defense and what you guys have been able to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly. Our defense came out and played really solid tonight. I mean, our offense, we weren't as strong as we normally are coming out. I don't know what it was tonight. It was like our confidence was down a little bit, especially up there in the trenches. But once we picked it up and we got the energy, we really took off for them. Defensive plays and the special team plays were really big for, creating that lead and giving us more confidence as the game went throughout.
And then senior night, I wanted to bring you up today because you've been balling all season long, of course, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. But also on senior night, just overall, I've just seen a smile on your face all day long. Just talk to me about what a night like tonight means for you.
Yeah, I always keep this in the back of my mind. My sophomore year, we had seniors that played here, and a lot of them close friends to me. We ended up losing that game, I think 50-22 or something like that. But seeing their faces walk down the field and the emotion, the sad emotion on their face, I didn't want to feel that, so I knew tonight I had to come out and give it my all.
I love that. All right, congratulations to you on the win. It's now 6 straight weeks you guys have scored over 40 points. Just wanted to throw that in there. Now take a look into the camera. Give any shout-outs you want.
I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity and giving me the power to do everything I can do. And I want to thank my family. I want to thank my girlfriend, Laney. I want to thank all my friends that push me to be better and, support me.
Lane Johnston, everybody.
Happy Halloween!
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
From primary
time now for your post-game show as we wrap things up here from the heart of Ohio. Centerburg leads victorious a 44-14 win. It is their 6th straight win. All 6 of those wins, they've scored over 40 points in the game. I was about to say of offense, but it has not been of offense in this one. 2 defensive touchdowns on pick sixes, a punt return for a touchdown. The offense did the rest, but every single level did their job tonight.
Yeah, it really was just an all-around win for Centerburg tonight. Really, every aspect of their game plan kind of coming to fruition tonight. Their efficiency tonight was incredible.
Taking a look at the offense a little bit here. 7-11 passing for Blane Ball. He had 74 yards, no touchdowns. He did get a touchdown on the ground with 14 carries and 58 yards. Marshall was bottled up, just 6.5 yards per carry. That's kind of crazy to say that he's bottled up with 6.5 yards per carry, but that's the kind of season he's been having. 13 rushes for 85 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns. Jax Ballinger gets his fifth week of the season over with at least 3 receptions and 57 yards. That led the receiving core. And then looking elsewhere, Hayden Love had that return for the touchdown we talked about before. And defensively, great game from this team. Hagan Bryant comes away with 15 tackles to lead the group. He brought up Johnston. He had 3 tackles. Forced a fumble in this game as well. And I'm telling you what, folks, I am a big Lane Johnston fan, because if the rest of the team has the mindset that kid has, of being at this senior night all smiles, I can go a long way.
Yeah, listening to his post-game interview here up here in the front bar, he mentioned his sophomore year playing the senior night game here in Centerburg. He said he's still close with a lot of that senior class. Said that he saw their emotions, their faces after the game. Said he didn't want to feel that tonight. Came into the game with positive energy to try to avoid having the same result, and it worked out for him tonight.
Absolutely. 44-14 the final. Looking at Danville next, just kind of talking about them. This is a rough one. They dropped back to 4-4 in the year. They go to the state Final Four a season ago, and here they are. They lose so many pieces, and they're trying to scramble. As I'm looking out on the field right now, and Centerburg's having their final senior walk with a bunch of their group. But just focusing in on Danville a little bit here. Where do they go now? Because they've got a tough game in Fredericktown next week. Of course, I bet a lot's going to shift over towards Devil Dog, because in a season like this, you want to make sure you win that rivalry game. What do you see as a former Danville player?
Yeah, having tough losses like this, it's always easy to get your mind wrapped around what you did, what you didn't do, the mistakes that were made tonight. They have to have short-term memory. They have to forget about tonight. Tonight's over with. Yeah, they got beat big time on the road here in Centerburg against a tough Trojan team. But again, they have to forget about everything that happened tonight. They have to move forward, focusing on Coach Bittler and that Fredericktown Freddy team. Again, like I said earlier, really got something figured out over there in Fredericktown. And then focusing on the big Devil Dog game at the end of the year. It's always the big time game for Danville and East Knox, and they gotta put a lot of their mindset on these next 2 coming games.
Well, that's a wrap on our broadcast here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. A great game here from the heart of Ohio. Centerburg wins it 44-14. I'm Jonathon Langdon, Payton Colopy alongside me. Your camera operator tonight was Brandon Powell. Centerburg, we're looking for volleyball sponsors, as you see your sponsors for tonight's broadcast across the screen. Want to make our way over to Northridge for some volleyball on Tuesday? Make sure to hit me up, John at OH.REPORT, if you want to see your volleyball team get some tournament coverage here this season. Have a great rest of your night. Football moves to 7-1 after the big win over Danville.